Okay. That's bada bing, bada boom. Mr. Worldwide when I step into the room. Teenage Exocolonist. Game capture. Oh. Wait. Oh, okay. Where did we leave off, though? We left off at the start of a new day, right? Yeah. Still only 2 years in. Go to school, keep leveling up, because we gotta get that reasoning up. Congruence is everywhere at all times, in everyone's hollow palms, guiding the surveyors, helping do calculations in the lab, and yet she's never impatient or too busy to help you, even if you bombard her with questions. One day, you ask her what she dreams about. She tells you that she dreams about electric sheep. Naturally. Naturally. Really, yeah. Alright, card becomes 2. I don't know how to play this. Hell yeah, pro gamer. What's our new cards in the depot? That's kind of lame. Want to get reasoning to 80. Must impress my wife, Tangent. She will be my wife. The love of my life. I haven't checked out the shop in a while. Does it change day by day? I don't believe. Oh! Oh, shit. Oh. Wait. That would become gear, yeah. I need... How do I get more perk slots? I want more perk slots. Straight just 2? 27. 27's the highest. Yes, indeed. Fucking pro gamer. Oh, I see you. I wonder if they like. I don't know. I don't know if like you'll get if +1's the highest you can get for giving a gift or not. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, baby! That's what you call gaming. Still not at 80. How much? If I can get a certain plus. 15. Maybe we start upping biology? He never got around to attending life sciences class before Hal died. It's a shame. He was so passionate about science, he probably would have had a lot to say about life on Vertumna. He was the teacher back on the ship. Could possibly replace him. You take your seat in the classroom. There's no teacher here yet. You and the other students wait, exchanging awkward glances as time passes. Eventually, Chief Engineer Instance breezes through the corridor. She's accompanied by Tang, who takes a seat beside you, barely giving you a second look. Look who showed up, Instance snaps with a sinking feeling you know she's talking about you. Selene, can you even tell me what life science entails? Tang looks at you out of the corner of her eye, trying not to spurt. The study of life? Instance frowns. An empty cup waiting to be filled with knowledge, she mutters. Tang stifles her giggle, but just barely. Tangent stops you on the way to class. Selene, are you heading to life sciences? Good. I could use your help with something, actually. I'm working with Chief Engineer Instance in the biolab. If you give me a hand with it, I'm sure she'll give you credit for the class. Of course I'll help. Honestly, it's Tang. We just need somebody to label petri dishes and move them from the cooler to different machines. Hopeye could do it. Instance is staring unfocused at her hollow eye as she processes the results of the scans. Tang goes and stands beside her, pulling up the scan in her own hollow palm. They confer quietly while you wait. Sounds like they're studying the shimmer, the mysterious illness some colonists get during pollen every year, including your dad. Instance looks up at you, as if just noticing your existence. Ah, Selene. She says, we've been studying samples from some of the colonists who get sick during pollen, including your dad. Some of the stuff in his lungs, it's some kind of fungus. The Last of Us. We think the shimmer is a form of reproduction. It's like a fungus trying to turn us into more fungus like it. It's really neat, actually. The Last of Us says, nay, not interesting. You sound like you like the fungus. I admire the mechanism. But we'd be much safer if surveyors just set fire to it all rather than trying to study it. Who knows what else is out there trying to kill us. We spend the rest of the week helping them study the illness. Mostly this involves following instructions and doing, as Tang loves to repeat, jobs a Hopeye could do. Nothing beats hands-on experience, though. This would be easier if we had an actual sample of the fungus, Instance remarks. They're working with some biological samples, a fancy word for snot. But according to them, the fungus is all mixed in with human cells. Instance has to spend a lot of time in vert space trying to disconnect the two inner models. Where could I find a sample? Our most useful reports have been from foragers returning from the Valley of Vertigo, where the pollen is thick all year. Might be a good place to start. Well, I won't be going there. Okay. Yeah. 2, 2, 4, 4. Or would a 6 be? It is better. It's a 31. Alright, so no increase to reasoning. This will be... We'll just relax in the lounge. It's nice to take some time off to chill after all the stress of school and work. Not to mention the mental toll of just living on this unpredictable planet. Looks like you're not the only one who needs some downtime. Some of the other kids are also relaxing in the lounge. Approach Mars and Deez. Okay, but you do stink, you hear Mars defend herself. It's not my fault that you can't tell. Maybe your nose stopped working, but the rest of us can smell it. And she waves her hands in front of her nose, makes a huge gesture, then turns to you. He smells awful, right, Selene? Being so mean, Mars. You stand toe to toe with Mars. She glares at you, then at Deez. Fine. I'm sorry, Deez. I'm just trying to help, but I should have said it in a nicer way. Not everyone in life is going to tell you the truth, you know? Jerk. Oh, I forgot to click forget on something. Oh well. It is my waifu out here during glow. Oh, gotta grab that. Would emo boy like a glittering crystal cluster? +1 only. Let's go back to studying engineering. Get like 85 on engineering maybe. Like that. Okay, card gets +1. Oh, that is the best. Okay. Nice. 2 data points form a line, but 3 is a pattern. The colony has been on high alert all glow, hoping that the creatures from beyond the wall do not return for a 3rd year in a row. Surveyors keep reporting that they are seeing unusual animal activity. Even the plants seem different. They say in new tracks that must have been left by creatures larger and heavier than you've ever seen. You and the other colonists drill evacuation plans. You're in class when the sirens start to ring. The other kids fall to an alert hush. This is one of the assembly points, so you should be safe here, but it wasn't so safe here last year for Professor Hal. What if another creature gets in? Congruence, the new teacher, is just a face on a computer screen. She can't protect anyone. Congruence flickers cheerfully. Please stay calm, children, she says. The defense squad is already en route to the creatures. This should all be over soon. You've been told this before. As the sirens continue, you are faced with a choice. We are staying put. You, Tang, Mars, and the other kids try to stay calm. Congruence directs you under the big tables together, then assigns you a chapter on Earth history, as if nothing was happening. It's impossible to think with the siren going off. You read and reread the same paragraph over and over, trying not to think about some monster bursting through the door, or window, or wall. Take it seriously. Yeah, there's nothing you can do, so you try to apply yourself to reading the chapter you've been assigned. You struggle with it, your mind racing. You notice Tangent trying to do the same. Gives you a faint smile over her holoscreen. Score. It isn't long before the sirens turn off, bringing 3 short pulses as the all-clear message flashes on your holopalm. You and the other children file out of engineering, and you head back to your quarters. Your parents will want to know that you're safe. Your dad gives you a big hug, but your mom slumps into a seat at your small table. It's like they were going specifically for geoponics this time, she mutters, but your dad pets your hair and shushes her. I'm sure it was just bad luck, he says, but your mom shakes her head and folds her hands in front of her mouth, staring out the porthole window at the fields. Suspicious. Okay. Deez is sitting in the grass near the big gates that lead out to the jungle. He's just staring out into nothingness and picking absentmindedly at the weeds. Sit down with him. He shifts uncomfortably as you sit, but doesn't say anything. You both just hang out saying, doing nothing. You're starting to wonder if Deez will ever acknowledge you when he says, I've gotta go. As he starts something, he pauses and says, this is a good spot. I'll probably come back here tomorrow. I like Deez. He's just awkward. Like me. Bunch of medicinal. Let's see. Tang, would you like medicinal roots? Oh, fuck yeah! This is interesting, is all Tang says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lip curls in distaste at the dirt that still clings to them. No, really, she protests when she sees the look on your face. I'm gonna analyze these roots to see if they have any useful properties. They might be medicinal. Thank you. Hell yeah! Study engineering. You see a notice on the engineering holoweb. Chief Engineer Instance needs someone to help with after-school tutoring. Literally anyone who isn't a complete idiot will do, because she's desperate. Please apply. You tell Dr. Instance you're interested in the job. She looks up from her holopalm like she's just noticed you exist. Yes, Sutil, she says, nodding. The younger, slower kids have trouble keeping up with congruence sometimes. You mostly just have to pat them on the back now and then and stop them from wandering off when they're supposed to be studying. No offense, but anyone with a pulse could do it. You wait for further instruction. Instant sighs, shooing you away dismissively. You know where the classrooms are. Just come when you're not doing whatever nonsense teenagers do here. A get to work. Oh shit, we got a bunch of... Okay, could do a 0, 1, 2. And then... what would... The 25. Or... Yeah, that's okay. I can't think of how I could get this any better. Oh, okay. You wake to the sound of your parents arguing in hushed tones, clearly trying not to disturb you. You blink away the sleep from your eyes, eventually remembering, wait, isn't it today your 13th birthday? Where's your birthday? Cuddles. Your parents always make a big deal about your birthday. You peek out through the privacy curtain on your bunk and listen in on their argument. You're being unreasonable, your mom says. Selene is a teenager now. You have to give him the opportunity to take calculated risks or he'll start acting out. That's just what being a teenager is. Going off into the wilderness isn't a calculated risk. It's too dangerous. It's weird to hear your parents arguing. If they ever disagree, they sort it out quietly or go to mediation. This time they sound really upset. It's unsettling. Danger isn't They glance at you. Your mom holds up her hand to silence you and goes right back to talking. Geranium, she grates. You've said yourself that we need every person out there surveying for edible native plants. You're even going yourself. Why not our son? Because Flulululu, he's our son. It's our responsibility to keep him safe. You're not keeping anyone safe by coddling him. Your mom almost shouts and your dad flinches in shock. Selene's survival depends on him understanding this planet we're living on. So you're not doing him or the colony any favors by pretending like that's not the case. Shut up. Your outburst at least makes them stop arguing, but they still look unhappy. You're a bit surprised at how angry you got there. Where did that come from? I'm sorry, your dad says softly. We shouldn't be arguing in front of you. We're just worried about you and don't want you to be in danger, even though we both know it's a part of growing up. Your mom's fierce expression softens. Hey, Selene. Sorry, it's your birthday today, and here we are arguing like a pair of assholes. Happy birthday. They both give you a hug. We meant to order up from the canteen and have your usual birthday breakfast, but we got to talking about how Utopia has opened up positions and expeditions for kids 13 and older, and well, that's you now. I suppose we'll have to let you spread your wings someday, your dad relents. I just feel better knowing you were safe here inside the colony walls. He gives your mom a faint smile. We decided early on to let you choose your own path in life, so if you want to join expeditions, we're behind you. Just be safe. Okay. Our reasoning is 65, engineering is 7. You find your dad comparing some plant samples. When he sees you, he puts down the test tubes and gives you a big hug. Kiddo, he exclaims, then kneels down to look you in the eye. I've been thinking. I want to say I'm sorry your mom and I were arguing on your birthday. We disagree sometimes, just like every couple, but it's unfair that you had to see how the soy sauce... what? I was really upset. Your dad's face falls. I know. I'm sorry. Here, I hear the depot's open now. Go get yourself a piece of candy or something on me. Your mom and I talked it out, and we're both just really putting our everything into the farm right now, and it's making us kind of snappy. You don't have to worry about it, okay? If you want to join Utopia's exploration team, just be careful. It's dangerous out there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not big and strong enough yet. Let's see, so what do I get for tutoring children? +3 reasoning. Oh shit. Empathy and kudos. Oh fuck yeah. That'll bump up my reasoning. I needed to get to 80. So yes, we will tutor children. You show up to class to find Congruence teaching a classroom of younger children. Instance is nowhere to be found. In the absence of further direction, you settle in to help the students with their work. After half an hour, Instant pokes her head into the classroom. Oh good, you're already here. I trust you'll be able to handle yourself in all subjects and with students of all ages. Ask Congruence if you need any help. She turns to leave, but stops and turns back to you. Thank you, Selene. Since Professor Howell died, well, Congruence and I and myself are poor replacements for him. I'm grateful for your help. You settle in to help the younger students learn how to use their holopalms to access the HoloNet, Congruence's massive database. Congruence has everything they could ever need: music, movies, games, novels and comics, a calculator, a timer, an encyclopedia, textbooks, the colony's social media. Colony has a social media? Specialized tools for different jobs, like architectural holograms. It's a massively powerful tool, and it's in their literal hands. They are mostly interested in the games. Some understand it less than others. Why do we gotta read about stuff? Nougat whines, poking dejectedly at her holoscreen. The skin around her newly implanted holobomb looks a little red, like she keeps picking at it. I just want to go play. Here, let me show you something. You show Nougat how to look up videos about sports ball. She's totally enraptured by it. Whoa! I can watch people play sports ball on my hand anytime? Turbo! Nougat is 6 and full of energy. The other kids are able to settle down to work on their biology assignment, drawing pictures of the xenofauna that live on Vertumna to put in a classroom diorama. But Nougat prefers a more creative approach. You look at her drawings. Nougat's animals all have extra wings or heads, robotic treads, laser turrets, or top hats. Some aren't even close to the reference image. Encourage her. You praise Nougat's creativity. Yes, that Hopeye does look better with a jetpack. Nougat is proud of herself and works diligently on her project. Yes, the class diorama does look a little eccentric when it's all complete, but at this age, it's more important to keep a child engaged than it is to teach them academic skills. They understand. They get it. Nougat gives you a big hug when class is over. I hope you're my teacher all the time, Selene. Fuck yeah, you do. Alright. So we have a... Let's see, if I do this... Fuck. Oh, no. Oh, ballsack. Oh, this one's tough, dude. I can't think of any other way to get this higher. Oh, okay, fuck yeah. $69 kudos. Nice. Anything on the ground? Nothing on the ground. Nothing on the ground. Back to teaching the kiddos so that I can have my reasoning. I need to get it to 80. Tang also offers her services as a tutor, but she's much busier than you are. When she's not in class, she's usually working in engineering. It must be nice to have such a clear picture of what you want to do with your life. Tang has been a brainiac since she was just a little kid. It kind of makes it hard for the other students to relate to her. She just can't understand not being super smart. Makes you the more popular tutor for sure. Let's go. I'm popular among... Yeah. Alright. I could do... Fucking... do this. And it wasn't the best. Fuck! +5 reasoning. Oh shit. Let's go. What is it at 74? Your dad was sniffling and sneezing pretty bad this morning. He collapsed around this time last year, so you've been feeling anxious about his health, especially now that the pollen is back. He's working hard in the fields, respirator hanging from his neck as he grunts and shovels dirt into a wheelbarrow. He sees you coming and stands up straight, coughing a little as he stretches his back. What brings you out here? Oh my god. I have to. It's like... If you can make the dad joke, you must make the dad joke. Working hard or hardly working? That one from me? That one sounds like me. Just getting these pixie beans in the ground. We're all set to have a great harvest in time for Terminalia. He leans on his shovel, tucking one foot behind the other and rocking back and forth. The truth is, I've been working like a dog. I'd love to get out of here for a while. Hey, what do you say you and I go for a little walk? I know you don't get outside the walls much either, but we could do a little nature walk. I study all the plants the foragers bring back, but I've never really seen them in the wild. Sounds great! Awesome. I knew you'd pick up what I'm throwing down. Mom doesn't see the draw. He continues flipping his shovel up onto his shoulder and picking his way carefully out of the turned fields. She likes what she can control, you know, but there's a whole planet out there and I want to go explore. He stops and doubles over, suddenly racked with a coughing fit that makes him unable to speak. He tries a few times to catch his breath, but each time he just starts coughing harder. The pink pollen in the air swirls and eddies around you both. Maybe you should stay indoors. Oh, you're just like Instance. That old stick in the mud. I remember when we were younger. She was always walking around with her nose in everyone's business. She always thinks she knows what's best for people. Despite his brave words, he has to hold on to you for balance as he catches his breath again. Okay, maybe now's not the best time, he gasps, finally putting his respirator back on. But, you and me, we have a date with the outside world, kiddo. I'm taking a rain check. Oh, he says, his eyes red-rimmed and steaming from irritation. I can't wait until Instance figures out a treatment for this shimmer thing. Says maybe next year, maybe the one after that. I'm gonna be first in line, you bet. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so she's not gonna like the log. He only got a +1 from the log. Would you like the log? No, you didn't really care for the log. Tutor the children. You're helping Anemone with her math assignment. Ugh. Anemone groans, rubbing her hands down her face. I hate this. I don't want to do any more math. Other kids like you get to choose what they do all day now, but I'm stuck here learning stupid linear algebra. Linear algebra, but you don't correct her. I'm only here because my mom told me I gotta take more math and science classes. She says if I want to do anything except play sports ball all day, I need to know stuff. Joke's on her. I only want to play sports ball. Let me help you anyway. Anemone sticks her bottom lip out and looks away, crossing her arms. Fine. Only because it's you, not because my mom told me to. 2 hours pass. You're not sure Anemone is any better at algebra, but at least you've earned your kudos. Damn right I did. Card gets a +1. Okay. So we'll do 5? Or 1, 3, 4, 24. I don't see a better way to do it. I could have gotten out of 25? What the fuck? Alright, just one more batch of reasoning. I really want the 200. I think I'll take the 100. See, this will give me my reasoning to 80, so we'll do just the engineering. If I do this, 23. And do 0, 1, 2. 24. And do 24. Damn right. You're getting older. It's that magical time in your life full of discoveries and possibilities when children become adults and their bodies change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. When you were younger, Congruence gave you your class a frank presentation about preparing for the changes your bodies had experienced in the past few years. Which parts of the presentation was relevant to you? Boners. You and your... I am a child. You and your friends giggled your way through Congruence's presentation and left with a new appreciation for the wonders of the human body. Puberty had felt like something that would happen so far in the future that it didn't apply to you. You put it out of your mind even as you notice Cal's voice begin to drop or Mars starting to dress differently. So one new morning you wake up and... oh no. Oh no. You just know something... Oh no! No! Oh my god. I have to deal with puberty again? I already had to do that once in life. I don't want to deal with it again. God damn it. Oh no. You just know something's off. And as soon as you open your eyes, things are squelchier than you expect them to be down there. You were having an exciting dream. And then something happened, but you can already barely remember it. You just want to close your eyes again. You remember Congruence's Hex Ed classes, and you're really not ready for their real-world practical applications. After a few minutes, you sigh and muster up the courage to look under your blankets. Yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, deal with the mess. You wait for your parents to leave for work, calling out to you that you're going to miss breakfast if you lie around in bed. When you're sure they're gone, you carefully strip the sheets on your bed and stuff them into the recycler. You put in a requisition for new sheets from the depot and continue on with your day. Do y'all just not have, like, laundry? Like, fucking, you know, just... I don't have to put it into the recycle. I mean, it's a recycler, so I guess, you know, it's fine. That night, you find your dad waiting for you. He's pulled your privacy curtain back to show your stripped bed and looks up with a knowing smile when you enter holding new sheets. Now, I can only think of one reason why a teenager suddenly cares about doing his own laundry. Points at you and exclaims, I think I've got it. What's up, Solane? Got something to share with your old man? You can feel your face getting red as you ignore him and make your bed, but it doesn't stop him. It's okay to feel a little wet behind the ears. You retreat into your bunk and slam the privacy curtain closed so you can't hear him make any more jokes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is happening? You feel on the edge today, like everything that happens feels so unfair and tragic, like you want to punch stuff and then cry about it, like you want to be left alone, but you also desperately want attention. It feels like a fount of new energy is starting to bubble up inside you. Dangerous, uncontrollable energy. Nah. Tangent. The brain requires a nearly continuous supply of glucose. Glucose is commonly found in foods we register as sweet, which is why humanity has evolved to crave foods that are high in sugar. I have very little desire for sweetness. Does that mean my brain is more efficient than that of other humans? How's the research coming? Tang shrugs. Well, enough. She concedes, but I confess I've actually hit something of a block. I'm sure the answer is right in front of me, but I just can't grasp it. Take a look at her work. Immediately you come to the conclusion that Ted been just out of her reach. Tang rubs her eyes. Oh, you are formidable, she says. I've been coming at it wrong the entire time. She taps a few notes into her hollow palm and smiles. Thank you for being someone on this stupid rock I can trust to know what they're doing. Damn straight. Okay, so after 80... I've got to do it. Alright. So what was... I want that one that... I want the one that costs 200. 15 to all skills. Okay. But let's, I guess, bump up our creativity, and persuasion. You're running late for humanities class. When you arrive, everyone is gathered in the beanbags around the room's big hollow projector. Ship's computer congruence is displayed on it. She's giving today's lesson, reading an old book of Earth poetry. You sit down next to Tang and nudge her in motion. What's up with this? Tang frowns at you. Where have you been? She whispers. Ever since Professor Hal died, Congruence has been teaching this class. Then she frowns at everything, in general. They said everyone else who might be qualified is too busy, and no, they didn't ask me. I miss Professor Hal. You try to keep your voice down, but Congruence literally has ears everywhere. I miss Professor Hal as well, she says, her monitor swinging over to you. He was a very special human. Wait, you ask out loud, Congruence can like people? Of course I can like people, she replies. There's humor in her, not a voice. I carried you inside of me for 20 years after all. How could I not get attached? Well, when you put it that way, it sounds a bit creepy. Card becomes 2. Okay. How do we want to do this? I could do 0, 1, 1, 2. No, I think I gotta do... Yeah. I don't know any other way to make this better. Let's go, pro gamer. Let's see. I need a break soon? No, I don't. Yes, I do. Log. Alright, so... What have I given a log to? Given her a log? I've given her a log. Given everyone a log. Let's see here. I want something that increases my stress too much. I will just keep studying. This month, you're supposed to pick a play from a famous playwright and do a dramatic reading for the class. You pick Eva Mendrajit, an existential play about a writer who struggles due to not having a clear sense of self and being unable to find meaning in his life. He is unhappy with the restrictive rules placed on him by society, but also paralyzed by the pointlessness and absurdity of the cycle of life and death. You're not sure why, but something in it speaks to you. Well, okay then. Card gets a +1. That, and then... Let's go. It's Vertumnalia, time for speeches, games, and feasting. You stare hungrily at the face table. Sure, it's mostly soy rations, but it's still more food than you usually see all at one time. This year, though, there's something new. Great big tureens of glowing beans. Weird. You try to sneak some food before the speeches start, but Chief Engineer Instance catches you and smacks your hand away. Your mom gets really mad at her, and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instance blames your mom for the way things are right now, whatever that means. Your dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor Udicott takes the stage and manages to calm everyone down. Welcome, I'm changing the voice again. Welcome, everyone, to our 4th Vertumnalia celebration, she says, speaking through a maxophoner. Her voice has been getting weaker lately and can't reach across the square the way it used to be. I'm proud, as always, to stand before you as your governor and to celebrate another year of peace and prosperity on this beautiful planet. Udicott steps aside, wobbling a little as she walks, leaving Seek to complete the annual formalities. Your mom steps forward. This year's feast includes a new glow-in-the-dark food. Pixie beans are our first domesticated Vertumnin crop. The crowd applauds and your mom raises her hands. Credit goes to Geranium. He insisted we dedicate a third of our fields to them, so you'll also have him to thank for the light show in your toilets tonight. A smattering of laughter ripples through the crowd. Your dad chuckles nervously. Your mom's smile fades. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident, she says. These pixie beans will make up for the losses we faced with our earth crops. Udicott's weedy voice rattles through the maxophoner. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the games. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate in? The science fair. Tangent's science fair project is monstrously complicated. She gives a 20-minute speech about cell division and a few different vertumnant species that goes not just over your head, but the heads of everyone in the crowd. What is she even doing locked up in the lab all day? Instance is intrigued. She asks Tang a series of questions, soon honing in on something Tang overlooked. Tang is so upset with herself she can barely finish answering. Your turn. Alright. One becomes 3. I'll do that. Or we could do a 1, 2, 3. It gives us 13. This is a better way to go. Card becomes 3. What if I do... And then get an 18, and I'll have to get it 18 next round. I think I can hit that. Damn right. Oh! I could have gotten a 32. Whoopsies. Your project this year is on power generation, explaining the ways the colony will be able to generate power once the nuclear engines eventually need to be turned off. You've compared the efficiencies of burning mushwood, pellets, spark snow, or the thin oil they found under the southern swamps. Oil? You'd love to outfit the colony with solar power, but those panels are full of precious metals you haven't found alternatives for on Vertumna. You conclude that wind and hydroelectric power are the easiest to maintain and the most sustainable, impressing everyone with your working model of a hydroelectric dam. Finally, it's time for the feast. The pixie beans are a hit. Your parents keep touting their many benefits. They grow well here, they're super nutritious, taste great, they're really versatile, and kids love their bright multicolor glow poop. Your rumbling stomach has made you grouchy. Your parents won't let you eat until they finally stop bragging about their dumb beans. You consider the options: pixie bean soup, pixie bean salad, pixie bean chili, even pixie bean aquafaba dessert. Everything glows in the evening twilight, including your poop. You suddenly shove your pixie bean everything around on your plate. You don't even want to eat them anymore. Stupid beans, stupid feast, stupid game, stupid everyone. Every time someone turns to talk to you, especially about how great these beans are and how great your parents are for growing them, you just get more irritated. They're just beans. It's like they love these beans more than they love you. Probably just hungry. Screw these stupid beans. Yeah, rebellion. Fuck, I lost toughness. Yeah, who says you have to eat a bunch of stupid glowing gimmick beans? They're not the boss of you. You get to decide what goes in your body. Your dad is amused, but your mom isn't so forgiving. Eat your food, Solange, she says sternly. We worked hard to make this food for you. Did I ask? Oh, the teenage angst. Oh. Your dad tries to calm the situation, but your mom slams her fist on the table. The noise makes everyone nearby stop talking and turn to stare at you. Eat your damn dinner, Solange. I'm sick of your attitude. Oh, no, fuck you. Oh, I can't, can I? Your dad finally gets a word in. Calm down, everyone. Solange doesn't have to eat anything he doesn't want to. Not much other than beans, kiddo, just regular old soy rations. You'll never eat those stupid beans. You'll just eat stinky, boring soy rations and your parents figure out how to grow something else. That's their job. Oh, spicy teenage angst. Oh, man. That was enjoyable. After dinner, everyone breaks off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You're still feeling irritated by everything, so when your friends try to pull you into some rhythmic clapping game, you beg off and go back to your quarters. Was this what Congruence was talking about when she warned you that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes? Your parents get back much later than you, making a ton of noise as they drunkenly make their way into bed. The next morning, your mom ignores you until it's time to leave for breakfast. Ooh, I did not lose stress from Vertumnalia. Well, that's kind of sucky. So I'm gonna have to take time off. Don't I get to hang out with these? Or is that... That's through here, isn't it? Yeah. But let's just relax in the lounge. You're relaxing after hours when Auntie Seedon pops her head in the lounge. The kitchen, she announces in artificially sweet voice, is looking for someone to help with part-time cooking duties. Someone young, someone responsible, someone organized. Someone who might have too much free time on their hands. Well, I'm not organized. Sweating away over human food nanoprinters really isn't your thing, so you hang back. Well, if anyone changes their mind, I could use the help. Just cry. Alright, so I get... Kudos doubled. Let's see. So, that would get me 12 kudos for tutoring. Oh. Yeah, okay. So tutoring is going to be the way to go. That gives me the most money. So, Nougat is 7, and you don't think she stood still since she was born. She's having trouble in the classroom setting, but that's why you're here. Some kids just need more help than others to stay focused. She's working on using her finger to spell out words to match images on her holopalm. Her chubby little kid hands are unsteady, and her letters are pretty misshapen. That's pretty normal for most of the kids you tutor, but Nougat just doesn't seem to be getting any better no matter how many times you drill letters. Feels like you have to tell her the same things over and over, because she says okay, but just keeps making the same mistake. I've never seen an elephant, Nougat says, jabbing her finger at the hologram, or a lion. Did you see a lion, Elaine? You've never seen any Earth animals except for on holovids. Like Nougat, you were born on a spaceship, already hurtling away from Earth. You've never even seen a dog, despite learning all about them in class when you were a kid. Nougat has trouble with imaginary concepts like elephants and holoscreens. It makes it hard to keep her attention. Let's try changing the assignments of retumnant animals. Earth animals? When is Nougat ever going to need to know how to spell the words for Earth animals? Just because it's the way you learned how to spell doesn't mean it's the only way. You pull up your encyclopedia of retumnant wildlife. Nougat perks up. She loves learning about real-life animals. That's on being a damn good teacher. Yeah. It's a lot easier to motivate Nougat when it's about a subject she cares about. You fly through some spelling exercise in what feels like no time at all, and Nougat seems energized and excited at the end of the lesson instead of burned out. Sure, she should probably learn how to spell elephant eventually, but it's better to capture her attention now and trust that the hard skills will come later. Damn right. Ooh, okay. Stress. -1 stress. If I do this, this, and nope. I get a 22. 22. Yeah, the way to go is gonna be... Damn right. $26 kudos. Woo! So it's gonna be keep tutoring kids. Alright, so I can't do anything with her. She liked the blue. No, she liked the collectible. This is a bobber fruit. Um, Need that 200. That's the plus 15 to skills. Oh, did they get rid of it? No, they didn't. Okay. Yeah, plus 15 to all skills seems very useful. Tutor the children. There's only a handful of kids that need help this month. You're able to give them all one-on-one attention, and you feel gratified to see them all improve so fast. Hell yeah. Alright, so that card will become blue. So if I do 1, 2, 24. Damn right. Okay. Okay, so we still need kudos. But I also need to... It only builds on my toughness. Doesn't improve anything else. This will bravery and toughness. Creativity and bravery. I'm almost maxed out already with Tang. I feel like... maybe there should be... Let's get the first perk of charisma. Congruence asks you to take a stack of blank paper and a box of pencils from the classroom nanoprinter and pass them out to the class. Today we will be practicing our handwriting. A tangent groaned beside you. But Congruence, why would we ever need to write by hand when we have hollow palms? This exercise will be part history lesson, part future skill. In the future, you may not always have access to hollow palm technology. Our replicators in computers will break down eventually, and when they do, you will have to rely on low-tech solutions to everyday tasks. So, first lesson, how to correctly hold a pencil. You and the other students get to work learning how to print by hand. It's a little bit like holding a stylus, but the texture is all wrong. Your letters are small and cramped, and you have trouble keeping them in a straight line. Tang, though, is suffering the worst. Ha! Looks like we finally found something Tang isn't good at. Look, she keeps mixing up her lowercase a's and e's. Oh, wait. No, that could be, what's the word? Oh, fuck. Dyslexia. Tang is used to using a stylus with her holopalm, but she's never actually drawn the letters. She fumbles like a child, bashing her fists against a holopalm for the first time. It's painful to watch. You can tell she's getting more frustrated with each letter. Mars, on the other hand, has lovely penmanship. She can even write in cursive. My papa taught me when I was little. Cultured people know how to write for real. I really hate Mars, man. I'll help you, Tangent. Yep, okay. Writing by hand is stupid anyway. Oh, fuck yeah, plus 15 rebellion. Mars left. Sure, you two can say you're never competing, but we all know I won. She finishes copying a poem onto her piece of paper and signs it with a flourish as Tang watches enviously. Tang and I will fall in love, goddammit. Well, I'm already in love. Okay, so... I do... this, this... this... It's 24. But... and this... Still at 24. 26. I don't know how I could have gotten that. Anything on the ground? Anything on the ground? Specifically, anything I can give to my wife, Tang? Nope. Okay. More to the humanities until we have our persuasion. You learn that the language you speak, Esperanto, is a conlang, or constructed language. It was designed to be easy for foreign speakers, at least European ones, to learn in the hope that it would bring people together. The word Esperanto means one who hopes. Yeah, it didn't work out well. Card becomes 2. So this works once per battle. How exactly is that supposed to be the best hand? Get the fuck out of here. Let's see if we do this and this. Bada bing, bada boom. It's been a long month of being cooped up indoors while it poured rain and everything got too muddy and gross to play outside. You and the other teens are in the lounge again and everyone's getting a little antsy. Tangent and Cal are bickering about something and Deez must be bored enough that he's letting Mars paint his fingernails. Anemone is trying to do a dance she learned from watching holovids and she's failing miserably. The sound of her music fills the room. You don't seem to be as affected by cabin fever as everyone else, but it's still funny to watch your friends act silly. And then he dances a little too close to Mars's collection of nail polish, bumping into the table and sending them all and herself clattering to the floor. Hey, watch it. Dance your stupid dance somewhere else. It's not stupid. You don't have to be so mean to me. Boo-hoo, what are you gonna do, dance about it? You're all so childish, who even cares? Hey, everyone just shut up. Honestly, you all fight all the time. You stay inside where it's nice and dry and you don't appreciate how hard everyone else is working. It's just whine, whine, whine. You're not better just because you work outside. You're not special, Cal. If I wanted to, I could work outside. She opens her holopalm and flies her fingers over the screen. There, see, next month I'll be working in geoponics. How do you like that? Then you can nag me about my soft hands all you want. Uticott pokes her head in from the command quarter. Children, keep it down. We can hear you all the way from the bridge. Again, I've changed her voice. Everyone goes quiet for about a second and then explodes into arguing again. Uticott throws her hands in the air and retreats down the hallway in defeat. Hmm. Huh. Everyone shut up. Okay, we're gonna reload that then. Everyone's going to listen to me when I tell them to shut up. I gotta go through this again. Yeah. 5, 5. Time to go wild. Somehow, the rambunctious group tumbles into your quarters. Thankfully, your parents are out. Everyone keeps fighting, and it's starting to get physical. Mars and Anemone get into a shoving match, and Cal and Dee's join in too. Tangent yells from the sidelines, cheering when Mars knocks Anemone right on her butt. Ow! Okay, fine. I'm sorry for knocking over your stupid nail polish. Apology accepted. You can pick them up while you're down there. Now I'm bored. I can't believe I'm bored of bossing people around. Wait! We should play Spin the Bottle. Oh no. Oh boy, we're getting into the awkward teenage stuff. Oh boy. I never actually played that. I never went to parties. Oh my god, fucking 7 minutes and oh. No, I think Spin the Bottle would be. Oh, I don't know what to pick. They're both funny. Fucking horny teens, man. Like, but which one would Tangent prefer? Everyone giggles nervously, but more courageous voices prevail, and soon you're spinning a bottle to sort out partners. Oh, okay. Your palms sweat. Arms weak. Mom spaghetti. Your palms sweat as the bottle spins on your turn, spinning until it falls on. And let's go! Tangent goes red from her hairline to the collar of her shirt. Fine. I'm not scared. You and Tang find a nearby supply closet. She sneezes dustily and grins. Okay. What do you want to do? In the ghostly light of your hollow palms, you can see Tang smile. Oh, good. No offense, but I don't really like you like this. It's just practice, okay? Just practice, okay? You rejoin the others afterwards. Mars stares at the two of you as if trying to figure out what you were doing in the whole time. Tang avoids her eyes still bright red. The next day, you hear from your friends that everyone feels terrible. Like their arms and legs are made of lead and it takes so much energy to do anything. All their energy from yesterday has been drained out of them and then some. It lasts for a week. Some of them can't even get out of bed, and when they do, their moods are all over the place, aggressive, sulky, impulsive, until their batteries run out and they sleep for over 12 hours straight. You're resting in the lounge with your friends, watching holovids and grazing on roasted pixie beans, when your dad and chief engineer Instance come storming through the door. You! Stop eating those this instant! Mars looks like she's about to smack some sense in an instant, but your dad steps in. I'm sorry, everyone. We were wrong about the pixie beans. They are not safe for you kids to be eating. You've been feeding us poison? Oh, ew. Do my dads know you tried to kill me? Your dad spreads his hands. No, they're not. Don't worry, Mars, calm down. They're not poison. There's just a chemical in them that hyperbonds to estrogen and testosterone, your big teenage growing hormones, and the brain likes binding to that new macromolecule a lot more than the regular kind. It's been making your moods unpredictable and causing periods of hypo and hypermania. Well, that's not fucking good, dude. When Mars just stares blankly at him, he laughs awkward. Translation? It's been making you kids act silly and feel sick. I'm sorry. If it's doing this to kids, it's not long until it builds up enough to affect the rest of us too. Until further notice, no one is to eat a single pixie bean. Your dad looks distraught. Flulu was right, he says, collapsing in a nearby chair and rubbing his eyes. She didn't trust these things, but shit, she's still gonna be pissed that we don't have another successful food source. You look at him in shock. You hardly have ever seen him swear. It must be worse than you think. Your dad sits there in silence for a long time. Hell yeah. Fuck the government, bro. Let's see. Tang. No, there's no glowing crystal this time around? Wookie, fucky. Oh no, there's the glowing crystal. Let me tell you. My character in this game here, Solane, got way more Riz than I do. Way more Riz. I want that 200, man. I need 200 kudos. You're the first person to use it, Wookie. Congratulations. I could practice my photo phoner, because that's creativity and bravery. It's only +1 bravery. I want something that bumps up bravery more. I don't think there's really anything that does. And our reasoning, like, doesn't need to be. Let's see, that's 2 bravery. And toughness, yeah, we'll do sports ball. Anemone meets you on the court. She's bouncing from one leg to the other next time. My brother Kam is organizing the youth team. Kombucha is the name. Offers you a high-five ingredient, then tosses a sports ball your way. Let's start with a practice game to see what you're good at. You and Anemone, team captains, pick your team. Calm will fill in to even up the teams, but he promises to go easy on the other side. No, I mean, as a kid, I would probably choose Kombucha, because he'd probably kick ass. But I'm not going to leave my buddy Cal high and dry. Mind if I play goalie? Sports ball is fun, but I don't really like to score against the other. Can I change my mind? Can I pick Kombucha? Nemini chooses... No! No! I should... I'm not getting stuck with Mars. Mars sucks. We're playing sports ball. And I am picking Kombucha. Kam is clearly the best choice. He's 5 years older than any of you. You'll definitely win with him as your forward. Wait a fucking second. That's a fucking 18-year-old? What the fuck are they fading these kids, man? I did not look like that at 18. Hold on, do I have a picture of me when I was 18? Actually, I think I do. 1 second, I gotta find it. This was me at 18. Fucking at GameStop. Look at that. Lightsaber in a hand. Technically, we weren't supposed to be doing that. We were supposed to be cleaning. We cleaned eventually. Thought I had another one from 2018. Wait, no, that's not from 2018. That's from 2017. I was 18 in 2017. I wasn't 18 in... I thought I had... Oh, wait. I think I know where it is. Hold up. Hold up. It's in my Snapchat memories. Yeah, absolutely not. When Emily chooses Mars, she takes her position as striker with an eager look on your face. Fuck yeah! You face off 3 on 3. Start the game. Ooh, and a crystal cluster? Yes! Because the crystal cluster... No. Who likes the crystal cluster the most? I don't think I know. Okay. You go 0, 0. Or... That's a 7. 14. Okay, and then we're gonna go boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's a 25. 21. No, 25. You know what's funnier than 24? 25. You play net stop. Tom could probably run the entire field himself, but each time he gets the ball, he passes it off to someone else on the team. Cal makes an amazing jump save, but is winded when the ball hits him in the chest. Your score is tied, with Anemone and Mars aggressively keeping the ball in your zone. Kombucha manages to intercept it and punts it to you. BAM! You score the match point with a rad spike all the way from the net line. Oh, okay. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony is on high alert. You're collecting glowflies in the geoponics gardens with Cal and Anemone when the sirens begin to wail. You all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents run off to help defend the farms, telling you to get inside the greenhouses and stay quiet. Anemone declares she's going to the walls to watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Yeah, fuck the adults. You and Anemone race towards the walls and scramble up so you can watch from a safe distance. Did we miss anything good? Oh look, there's my brother, Com! Com up here! Com looks around for the source of the voice, squinting at it. Oh no, Kombucha's gonna fucking get murked. Kombucha's gonna get fucking murked. Anemone, you got your brother killed, dude. Uh-oh. Hold on. Predict? So, y'all, who else agrees? Y'all think Kombucha's gonna get fucking murked here or not? There has only been 1 year where a character has not died, and that was last year. That was the last glow. So we're overdue for someone to get fucking murked. And I think it's gonna be Kombucha here. We just met him. He seems a chill dude. Too chill. He's gotta die, you know? The character's too chill, man. Tom looks around for the source of the voice, squinting up at you when he spots you on the walls. He yells up at you to stay put, and then... Oh, wait, no, he's not dead. The animals burst through the gates, the wood splinters in every direction, and hop eyes pour in, quickly overwhelming the guards. Hop eyes are small, but in large numbers they are fierce. You watch the security officers manage the chaos. They have gloves that shoot arcs of lightning, and if you watch close, you could practically see the skeletons of the little animals light up from within when they're hit. Cool. Look at him go, Anemone cries, cheering for her brother. Get him, Com. Watch out! Oh, he's okay. She clutches her arm. He's so brave, I want to be cool like him when I grow up. You could really impress Anemone by going down there and helping out. Nope. Eventually, the defense force manages to push back the creatures. The rest of their broken swarm flee back into the wilderness. You and Anemone slip home before you get into trouble. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke. They're not just wild animals. They have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay. We have to tell people what we saw in geoponics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. What happened to the fields? Don't worry about that. Get to bed, it's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. Dude, my mom is a jerk, too. I'm 14 years old. Oh my god, Tangent's bald? You know what? It fits. It fits her. Oh my god, he's gone full emo. She's getting poofier red hair. Well, what's everyone else look like here? Yeah, the vibe fits there. Ooh. Medicinal roots. Would Anemone like a crystal? Come on, you gotta help me. She says urgently. Mom keeps talking about how we're all gonna have to start having babies, and she gets this look about her. I don't want to have any scungy babies. Why'd I gotta be in a girl body anyway? Tougher and stronger than lots of boys. No one's telling them they gotta have babies. I mean... Oh, no! Oh, Mars would... Well, I don't want to fucking... Screw Mars. She sucks. Tangy looks up from her holopalm, blinking as her eyes refocus on the middle distance and then on you. Her previously long hair is gone, buzzed close to her scalp. You almost didn't recognize her when you first saw her. I wonder if it was caused by a lab accident or something. Hey, Selene. Okay, you need something? No, I just came by to say hello. Ah, I'm so good. The faintest hint of relief passes across Tang's face. You get the impression that not pressing her on her personal appearance was a wise choice. Yeah, I mean, totally that's something smart people know and not like, you know, basic decency. Oh, well, hello then, Tang replies. She raises her hand as if to brush her hair out of her face, but stops when she realizes what she's doing. I'm rather busy at the moment, actually, so if you don't mind, take a hint. I'm gonna give you something anyways. Here's medicinal roots. Let's see. Are we at 100 yet? 98, baby. Okay. What do we... We're not at 200 kudos yet. I really want 200 kudos. But we gotta do it, work up our other skills. Let's keep playing sports ball. Mars may not be as skilled as a sports ball player as Anemone, but she plays hard. She orders people around like a team captain, but she isn't so great at passing the ball. She'd rather be the star. Her favorite thing is to spike the ball right into the opposing net stop's body. It's not a legal move, but she's done it so many times that the opposition now stands further back when Mars has the ball, which is exactly what she wants. You see that? Anemone complains to you during a break. Mars wouldn't pass the ball to either of us for 10 whole minutes. Somebody has to do something. I'll talk to Mars in private. You pull Mars aside before the second down. When you explain that she needs to change her behavior, she gets defensive and angry, but seems to understand what you're saying. Fine, fine. I get it. If I hog the ball and don't pass it to players who are worse than me, they'll never get better. Guess you have a point. Okay, that's not quite what I was getting at, but sure. Mars tries your teamwork theory out, and the three of you sweep the floor with the other team. She does a fairly good job of actually being team captain, too, encouraging you and Anemone to play your best. Turns out Mars likes winning even more than she likes being the one with the ball. Okay. +1 for each unplayed card. So we get a 30. 31. Oh, how could I have gotten a 33, man? It's your birthday. You wake from a night of blissfully peaceful dreams, no nightmares, no premonitions, just a pleasant feeling of contentment. You stretch your arms over your head, blinking in the watery, quiet sunlight that seeps through the porthole window. Things are always changing on Vertumna, but you can't help but feel like things are changing for yourself too. Not just your body, but your mind, your emotions, your future. 14 is going to be your year. Yeah, absolutely the fuck it is not. Your parents have been working around the clock since the last attack, trying to get the fields right again in time for this year's planting. Spark snow has already started falling, and every day they come home complaining about having to clear it. They ask you to ping them when you're awake so you can share birthday breakfast in your quarters instead of sitting shoulder to shoulder with everyone else during breakfast service in the canteen. You fire them a message and lie back in your bunk, watching dust motes float lazily in the light. After a minute, there's a knock at the door. It's Auntie Sedent. She sweeps into your arm in a bustle of skirts and shawls and sits down beside you on your bunk. Oh, look at you. Happy birthday, beautiful. 14 years old. She leans in and gives you a motherly kiss on the forehead. It's been years since she took care of you in the children's crèche, but all the kids still call her auntie and think of her as a close relative. Her sweet baking bread smell is as comforting as it ever was. She sits back and takes one of your hands in both of hers. Selene, ever since I held you in my arms as a baby, I knew you were so special, so important. You're becoming a young man, but I want you to know I will always, always be here for you, just like your mom and dad. You know what? Auntie Sedent, she's cool. She smiles and tucks an unruly lock of your hair behind your ear. I guess you're old enough to call me Aunt Anne now, if you like. Or even just Anne. Auntie Anne's, the pretzel place. I haven't had that in a long-ass time. Actually, I only had it when I worked at GameStop. Dude, GameStop got me so fat. Well, I shouldn't say fat. I wasn't really fat. Well, no, I was. Dude, I put on like 20 pounds in 8 months working there. At least 20 pounds. Now come on in here, Aunt Anne says, spreading her arms wide. Give us a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warm and familiar softness. Over her shoulder, you see Anemone standing in the doorway. Well, her hair anyway. She's been growing it out, and there's no hiding it behind a corner. She skips near your counters. Happy birthday, bud, she says, bouncing on your bunk. Way to get older, enjoying being 2 years older than me. For a few months. Thanks! Thought you were on your way to medbay, Anne tells her, and Anemone shrugs. Anne turns to you. Annie is supposed to get her menstruation cessation implant today. Well, that's a... I don't know. Did she want that revealed? Yeah, I feel like that's something that maybe our friend should reveal and not her mom. Mom! Anne smiles fondly at her daughter. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Annie. It's a beautiful thing. It reminds us that we have the ability to make a life. It's a sign you're growing up and becoming an adult and ready to take on the responsibility of taking care of that life. Okay, now here's the thing. Nope, I've already made my decision. I am falling in love with Tangent. Falling in love with Tangent. But redheads, man. What's the matter? Scared? No. No, of course not. It's just super sucks that now everyone's talking about how I'm becoming a woman and how I'm finally different than my brothers. Duh. Don't you start too. I'll still kick your ass at sports ball, even with cramps. Your parents finally arrive, still damp from the fields and bringing in the smell of crisp, tangy snow on their clothes. Oh, look, birthday visitors. Anne, are you staying for breakfast? Anne reaches into her bag and brings out a stack of tiffins. No, thank you, but I brought your order with me from the kitchen, seeing as I was stopping by. Happy birthday again, Slane. You'll always be my baby, even when you're all grown up. Your mom shakes her head as Anne and Anemone leave. Oh, Anne, sentimental to the core. She starts laying out the cutlery for breakfast, but I don't know how the colony would manage without her in the children's crèche, she says, and points a fork at you. Family is more than the people that birthed you, Slane, and don't you forget it. Yeah. Honestly, they're more than family. Better than family a lot of the time. Okay. Toughness. We get higher. Still not at 200, but for like a new event. No. I think we'll keep bumping up our bravery. How do I get my organizing up? Because this already tells me I need my organizing to be higher. Oh, I still haven't gotten my you know what? Let's go back to study humanities to get our persuasion. Perk. This month you learned about various education styles on Earth, from oral traditions to the first schools in Greece and China, to monastic education to factory schooling, and the standardization of education. On Vertumna, everyone learns together, forming groups based not on age, but by interest and relative skill level. Seems a lot more human than shoving everyone into grades based on age and then just sending them out into the world once they're adults, regardless of what they have or haven't learned. Well, that was... boy. Alright, card becomes 3. Ooh, yes, yes. Yes. Or, oh wait, no. I think I see. I... Big fucking brain. You're getting ready to leave your quarters one day when you're stopped by your mom, who hasn't left for work yet. She's always been an early riser out into the fields before sunrise. That she specifically stayed home to talk to you is a bad sign. No, fuck you. I don't want to talk to you. Your mom purses her lips. Don't think you're too old to listen to your mother, child. You will sit down and you're gonna be grateful we're having a conversation and not a punishment. Yeah, don't start the conversation like that! No! That's not how you do it! You sit down across from your mother. She stares you down, just looking. Right in your soul. Like she's counting up every bad thing you've ever done. I don't think you appreciate how much I know about you. With the amount of freedom you kids have, you forget that you're being watched. I don't like what I'm seeing. And your attitude is absolutely atrocious. I know you're a teenager and you're supposed to push boundaries, but this is ridiculous. You're ridiculous. That's really now. Fuck you. She bangs her fist on the table for emphasis. This isn't some Hollywood high school drama, Selene. This is real life. This is life or death. You get what I'm saying? People are going to die if we don't work hard enough. She shouts, standing up from her seat. She scrubs her face and sits back down with a thud. You have to learn how to fit in. You're part of a larger community, an ecosystem. You're supposed to be learning that, but you're running out of time. Soon you'll be an adult. People will need to rely on you. Need too much pressure. Am I? When I was just a little older than you are now, I was fighting a war against the people of Earth. First they ignored us, then they mocked us, then they attacked us. And then we won. Also, we could give you the chance to grow up here. Don't disrespect me by wasting it. She's such a piece of shit, bro. Your mom reaches out and pats her hand patronizingly. I remember being your age, full of anger, ready to fight anyone who told me what to do. I wish someone had told me that I deserve better. I wish. You can do better than this, Selene. You just have to apply yourself and listen to your elders. This colony needs you to be a part of it. That's why you were born. Oh, fuck you, dude. Ah. Oh. No, fuck. Fuck her, dude. Ah. Okay, I don't. Anything there? We're about to get 100 with the love of our life tangent. So let's go ahead and just get that 100. With humanity, so we can get our persuasion. You're headed off on lunch break when you see Mars and Tang sitting together in the engineering break room. Tang is eating a sandwich while also scrolling her holopalm with it, and Mars is half collapsed on the table, barely holding her head up on her hand as she pats at Tang. Come on, you said we were gonna hang out after lunch. Aren't you done eating yet? Tang takes a slow, deliberate bite of her sandwich and chews while making eye contact with Mars. It goes from funny to awkward to hilarious as Mars's face falls and she puts her head on the table and groans. Proper mastication is important for digestive health. You can masticate and... I don't think that's what that word means, Mars. What are you reading and how is it more important than me, your best and only friend on the planet? Excuse you? Just something for work. It's really interesting. I didn't know Dr. Instance was so well published. Even though she was only 25 when the Strato left Earth, she was practically a prodigy, like me. It's absolutely fascinating. We're so lucky to have such an accomplished researcher on Vertumna. Read over Tang's shoulder. You take a seat at the table and sneak a look at Tang's screen. Oh no, because my biology sucks. Catch a few words, recombinism, tissue tropism, RNA, protein sheaths, intrinsic immunity. Maybe something to do with viruses? From the pictures, possibly also fungi? Without further examination, it's hard to tell. Tang notices you looking and shuts off her hollow. I'm shooting you cool. Is it something to do with the shimmer sickness Mars wanders about? Don't look at me, I don't get it. Me neither. I'm sure glad I don't have to do all that egghead stuff. Sounds boring, TBH. Luckily, no one is making either of you read over my shoulder. You've been eating for like half an hour, Tang. Come on. Please, can we go do something fun before some rampaging Xeno eats us? We're both too pretty to die of boredom. Think I'm pretty? She does her hand at something. The prettiest. Even prettier than me. Well, I mean, I win in the looks department, but I think smart women get like extra points. Mm-hmm. Hold up. Excuse me. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. I see something I'm not liking. Tang is my wife. Mine. No! No! Better not cheat on me. Oh, this is humanity's. Fuck. We have a 26. But I think we could go 25. We could also do a 1, 2, 3. That only gives us 22. What if we do 24? Okay. What do we get? Yellow cards get +1. Okay. Woo! You spot Tangent leaning against the wall outside engineering. She's yawning, rubbing her eyes and staring out into space. She startles as you walk up. Oh, Slane, I was just taking a short break. Want to save? Yawns are infectious. Join in and yawn too. I don't even remember when I slept last. It might have been a few days ago. You haven't slept in 2 days? More like 3? She replies and pauses for another jaw-cracking yawn. Ha! But as I said, I'm tired. Even my enhanced body has limitations. I don't need to sleep as much as other people. It's a genetic what's-it. You know, DNA enhancement. I guess sometimes even I forget to do it. I should set myself a reminder. Hollow, add to schedule sleeping nightly, 2300 for 3 hours. That should do it. She murmurs, her eyes are pregnant. Find her someplace to take a nap. Hank follows you obediently into the engineering wing, too tired to protest. You slip into medbay to grab a blanket and pillow off a shelf. By the time you return, Tang's already fallen asleep, curled up in an egg chair in the waiting area. You gently place the blanket over her and she hums happily before going slack with much needed sleep. Did she not? Well, I guess our fucking friendship is maxed, but I feel like we could have had an opportunity to flirt there. I don't know. I hope I didn't miss an opportunity to flirt. You can hear your dad sneeze all the way from engineering. It's explosive, like he's trying to scare away predators. He's wiping his nose as you approach on a handkerchief blotted with shimmering pink. Lately, he's also surrounded by a fine dusting of pink pollen that clings to him wherever he goes. You keep brushing the glitter off things in your quarters. He gives you a hug, then brushes pollen off your shoulder, laughing self-consciously. You haven't heard him laugh much lately. He's been working hard trying to improve the colony's food supply. He's showing signs of malnourishment too, though your mom is worse. You're worried for both of them. Your dad's skin is kind of shiny in patches. He sees you staring and rubs his hands over his arms. Sparkling dust poofs off of him in little clouds, scintillating in the light. Oh yeah, that's a new system, he says. Seems harmless though. Excuse me? No the fuck it's not. Your dad waves you off. I will. She's as busy as we are these days, though. There's no sense bothering her. He's Plexus. He's pretty strong, though he's got nothing on your mom. And I'm doing fine, really. Ash, I feel like someone stuffed a whole Watato pod up my nose. Like, just poke a stick up there and pop! Fresh Watato juice. But it's true! You follow his gaze out to the fields and to the lands outside the gate. I wonder if the foragers could use an extra hand, he muses to himself. Yeah, maybe I'll join them out there tomorrow. Neither of your parents are taking proper care of themselves. They're so stressed out from the poor harvest and low food supplies. They try not to let you see it, but you can tell. Maybe your dad is right. A little seasonal illness is nothing compared to the danger of running out of food. Alright, so I picked up a mushwood log. Who likes the mushwood log? Maybe Cal? Have I given Cal a mushwood log? Fuck. So how much bravery do we get for here? From practicing photophoner? Only 1 bravery. Need more bravery. Guess we gotta keep... keep playing sports ball until we get better bravery thing. You've heard Security Chief Red is on the lookout for lookouts. That is, for kids to chill out on top of the walls all afternoon and count Xenos. Sounds way better than going to class. He gives you a once-over eyes narrow. All right, he says, look over there. The end of the field. What does that sign say? Refuse to play his game. Red looks pinched that you bothered him for nothing. Following orders saves lives, Selene. I had to learn that when I was your age. You're lucky you haven't needed to yet. I'm a rebel. Rebel scum. Ooh, I could do boom, 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 boom. Oh, fuck. No. Alright, shit. Card gets a +2. I don't know how to get higher than a 25 here. I don't know how to get better than that. You're at lunch with your parents, sliced soy cakes and watery broth again. Great. When they put down their cutlery and look at each other, then you. Selene, there's something we should tell you. We've tried to shelter you from some things, but we think you should know why we've been working so hard on geoponics. There's a meeting after lunch and I want you to come with us. I'd rather not. Your mom looks surprised. She clearly thought you'd jump at being considered old enough to come to a real meeting. I suppose you can stay a kid a little longer. No harm in that. But you can't stay a kid. Not really. By dinner time, the hollow web is blowing up. Mars attended the meeting and shared the exclusive scoop. The colony is running out of food. Not struggling, not keeping an eye on the situation, but actually truly running out of food. There's going to be rations, but even then, without securing some kind of vertumnant food source, the colony will starve this year. They're looking for foragers and expeditions, even kids. All the kids are scared. Mars complains about the poor leadership, particularly your mother and father for failing in geoponics. Cal comes to their defense, saying that they've been working their butts off every day. Your parents, you know they've been working long hours, but you didn't think it was that bad. It's not fair. This isn't your problem. You're just a kid. You shouldn't have to worry about starvation. You eat your feelings, taking second helpings at dinner just to spite them. It might be the last time in a while you'll be able to. Ooh. Physical skill increases reduced by 1. I need a break. See if I get foraging, do I do those? Fuck. I need to get my bravery up still, though. Well, since we can't, I'll just practice my photophoner. The phonophoner, or phoner, is part flute and part paintbrush. You point the end of the phoner in the direction you want to paint, blow into the other end, and it makes sound and draws holograms in midair. It comes with a funny earpiece that fits behind your ear and reads your thoughts. Well, not quite. More like it detects the electrical impulses in your head and draws those. You aren't really sure how to use it. Ask a friend for help. You look, but you can't find anyone else who plays the photophoner, like nobody in the whole colony. Mars tells you it's a dumb gimmick instrument and the ones on the depot shelves have literally been there since the Strato left Earth over 20 years ago. You have better luck with the adults, but only barely. Aunt Anne smiles when she sees you carrying the photophoner. Oh, those old things, she exclaims. I remember those. I took lessons as a kid when they were popular for a hot minute back on Earth. I could play do-re-mi on it, but that's it. Never got the picture part to work at all, honestly. Guess you're all on your own. Figure it out for myself. You sit down and experiment with it. The photophoner is different for every person. So, figuring out how to play it is a personal experience. You let your instincts guide you. You wish it was as simple as thinking tree and it paints a tree, or even blue and it paints blue. No, for you it's more like, well, if you think about food, it paints lots of round bubble shapes, and if you think about something that makes you angry, it draws orange squiggles. Mostly, your phoner pictures have a lot of purple lines that dance around. You guess that's your personal style. Okay, actually, once you stop worrying about being good and just think about how it feels, it actually starts to feel fun. Okay. Card becomes 3. I do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. I don't see any other way. Yeah, it only gets a... Yeah. Pro gamer. So we gain... Okay, so our creativity is what gets the bonus there. Alright, so probably should fucking just... something better for my... We'll just fucking relax in the lounge. You sit at the window and watch people hard at work in geoponics. You feel a little guilty putting your feet up when everyone else is working so hard, but who could blame you? The famine has you so stressed out. Maybe you could help out next week, or you could join a foraging team and try to bring back some food, but next month, you can't summon the energy to do that right now. We'll take white giggling. You spot Tang sitting on a large boulder outside the lab. She's eating a pressed soy bar ration with determination, alternating bites with huge gulps of water to wash it down as quickly as possible. What are you doing out here? She stops her grim work long enough to acknowledge your question. I hit the limit on the number of consecutive hours that'll allow me to work in the lab. So I'm taking a break, she says, making mocking air quotes around the sentence. Maybe they're right? Wrong thing to say. Wrong thing to say. Back it up. Back it up. We must not fail. How dare they? That's what I said. They just think they can boss me around because I'm younger. I'm smarter than any two of them combined. Ugh. I just want to work, you know? It's so frustrating to be deep in the zone and feel like I'm just on the precipice of a discovery, and then someone tells me that apparently my genius is taking too long. I want them to treat me like I belong there the way Dr. Instance does. She actually respects me. They're just jealous that she likes me more. Tang slides out the boulder and you see the color bleed from her face as she stumbles into you, nearly crumpling to the ground. Ugh. I thought the nutritional uptake of that bar would be quicker than a real meal, especially after taking into account the time required to walk to the cafeteria. Turns up, realizing she's clutching your jacket and pushes you away. My apologies, he says, brushing herself off. I'm regrettably, it seems, only human. Tang scrubs her hands over her face. Sometimes it feels like I'm a prisoner in my own body. Like I can feel myself trapped in it. The stinking, sweating bag of meat and bad impulses stuck with the burden of keeping it alive every day for the rest of my life, and... Her voice breaks. Tang, wait, you crying? Tang scowls and wipes her eyes angrily. Reflexive lacrimation is an evolutionary response to emotional and physical stress. In other words, no, I am not crying. It's just this resentment of my physical form. It reminds me of when I was little. An instance used the gene tech to give me this body, the right body. Only this body's wrong too. It's right in a lot of ways, but it's still imperfect. It's still human. If I were an AI, everything would be more simple. I could just do my work. I could just do what I'm good at. No messy biological functions, no emotions, just clear and beautiful purpose. I hate this. I hate feeling like this. Wait, but then are you... Shit. No, I think... Because it's a flirt. I mean, she may not... Well, we can bump up her friendship with us later. Never mind, I want to expect you to understand the pain of being trapped in your own body. She wipes her eyes and straightens her jacket, then takes a deep breath and holds it for 10 seconds. Her eyes closed. By the time she opens them again, she looks ready to go back to work as if nothing happened. You admire Tang's determination, but sometimes you think it might come at a price. Okay, we need to really get our bravery up, but... What's this? A yellow flower. Oh yeah, Tammy's dead. Would like the flower. I feel like I've given Cal the flower before. There's no way Anemone's gonna like the flower. Oh shit! No, it was... I just got lucky. Oh, oh shit. Okay. Yo, that's fucking cool, dude. I really like that. Thing is, okay. We tutor children, we get our empathy and reasoning, but we don't really need to... Creativity and persuasion. I think we need to just bump up our... Keep bumping up our bravery until we find some other way to bump up our bravery. When there's no sports ball game on, the security teams who train nearby use the field to practice with long-range rifles. As you show up, the sports ball practice comm is helping take down the net. Sorry, kiddos. Rhett wants us practicing with the big guns today, and we can't have you running around the place. The bullets in these drone rifles are heat-seeking, and even though they're programmed to avoid human targets, safety first. But today was supposed to be our day to have the sports ball field. Soldiers don't even want to play sports ball. You just want to shoot your dumb, noisy guns. And when he bounces over, hello, they have more than just huge guns. They have cool stun gloves that are like magic lightning arcing out of your fingertips. It's super galactic. Cal shakes his head. Not the point. Stand up to the soldiers. You rip the net out of Calm's hands and start putting it back up. An enemy looks nervous. Here comes Security Chief Rhett. He looks scary. Scary, angry, Selene. Don't back down. You stand your ground when the security chief tries to intimidate you with his loud voice and his big chest. Today was your day to use the field. Rhett sees the fire in your eyes, and after a minute he laughs and gives in. You're a tough one, huh, Selene? Okay, you're right. Today was your day to use the sports ball field. Calm, we'll have to train with something else today. Alright, card becomes yellow. Oh, I could just do full... Nope, that's not gonna work. Shit. feel like that was the best I can do. 26, I don't even know how you would have gotten that. It's time for Vertumnalia, the yearly midsummer celebration when the colony gives thanks for its good fortune. Well, it would be, but as you file into the main square, you can't help but notice that the feast table is nearly empty. What Anne lacked in resources, she made up with care. The dishes are lovingly plated, soy cakes glisten, steam rises from buns stuffed with mince, and there are great pitchers of vegetable broth rendered out from even the most inedible food scraps. There's a neat stack of sugar cubes for dessert, whole sugar, what a luxury. In an underwhelming feast, that'll be the highlight. Governor Eudicott's welcoming speech this year is short. Her frail body trembles as she welcomes you all to Vertumnalia with a dry, whispery voice, then has to be helped off stage. Like all of you, she has been feeling the effects of the famine. Everyone clears away the chairs for the annual competition. Which one do you participate in this year? Science fair? Tang has reworked her project from last year. You remember it. Something terribly complicated about cell differentiation of vertumnant species, plant, animal, and fungus alike. She melted down when Dr. Instance pressed her on something, but this year she's all business, back and better than ever. She has not only corrected her error, but added a ton more complexity and depth to her analysis. Instance listens intently and congratulates her on a marvelous comeback. You're up next. Alright, card comes 3. Boom. 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 2, 3, 4. Boom. Easy peasy, bro. Easy peasy. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, I think I know what could have... balls. You've been studying the yearly attacks. They only happen during glow. But why? You've been graphing and analyzing surveyor data on the animals and discovered the attacks don't correlate with natural behavior or migration patterns. You thought at first that the wormhole might agitate them. It does put off low-frequency waves during glow that haven't yet been fully studied. So, a year ago you started monitoring the waves and realized that there was actually 2 waveforms, one from the wormhole and a weaker one based somewhere on the planet. During glow, when the vibrations from the wormhole are present, it seems to activate something in the planet's frequency, making it stronger and more complex. These frequencies run right through the colony like targeted beams, drawing animal migrations closer. It's almost as if something is summoning the animals. The judges are amazed. This is a huge breakthrough, and it all happened just because you wanted to win a science fair. You have a lot of work to do to be able to use this theory for forecasting the next attack, but Red is excited to study this further. You win the science fair. Hands down. After the festivities, the whole colony takes a few days off for a break. Well, except for geoponics, and the foragers, and the kitchens, and everyone who uses the break from their usual work to help out in the places that didn't close. It's not really a break, but you try to take it easy anyway. Is this a making friends sim? No, but yes. I don't know how else to put it. So you start off at age 10. And then... And the game goes until you're 20. Right now, we're 14 years old, so we're not even like halfway through. And there are like 13 months in a year in this game. And it's like, you know, you go about doing different things, like upgrading some skills here, and whatnot. And yeah, you make friends, but it's also romance. It's also romance, goddammit. So growing up, yes, there's a lot of, we had a lot of teenage angst in, not that long ago, actually. How long ago was it? I think when we were 13, we were having a lot of teenage angst. Our hormones were going crazy. I'm still not brave enough. But I need to do things that'll get my, give me money. So this will get me 10 kudos because kudos are doubled for the month. And it gives me more toughness. But toughness is still going down because we're hungry. Can't do that. Looks like probably gonna be teaching the children. How the fuck do you level up your perception, dude? Yeah, I think we're just gonna tutor children. So that gives us kudos and empathy. Today, you're tutoring Nougat and a couple younger kids in ancient Earth geography. They're learning the names of the countries by pointing to them on maps and saying a few facts about them. It seems kind of pointless to memorize places that these kids will never see, but it's not like you can teach them much about Vertumnan geography yet. You're still discovering it. Billions of people? Nougat says, skeptically squinting at a hollow projection of Earth. How did they fit everybody into one little planet with all the trees and animals and stuff? Was it all like one big colony? Do we lie to a child? Or do we make the child fucking depressed? Do we tell the child about the dangers of capitalism at so young an age? Yes. Yes, we do. It's nice to live in ignorance, but Nougat's going to learn the truth just like you did in humanities class. You tell her life on Earth was brutal and hard. Humanity destroyed the environment and fought over what was left. There were no trees or animals left, not as many as there should have been anyway. Most people were poor, hungry, and sick, and the ones who weren't kept all the nice things for themselves. At least your parents were lucky to escape on the stratospheric, and you were lucky to be born on it. You're all lucky to be here now, no matter what. At least Vertumna isn't Earth. You know what's funny? The irony in this is I think all of the people that are a part, like, at least all of the parents, they are part of the wealthy members of society. I think, if I'm remembering the lore drop that we got based on the Vertumnan group, they are all people that like they were wealthy people. They, or at least they had connections to very wealthy people. Nougat looks bewildered. She doesn't really watch holovids, only the cheerful ones for kids that don't address Earth's decline. So she had no idea. But they still had really, really tall buildings, right, to fit all the people? You sigh and tell her they did, and she nods in satisfaction and goes back to her schoolwork. I will make her a communist. I don't know how to do better than 25 here. Or... yeah, okay, 25. Fuck yeah. But max out our reasoning, but we're making bank. Anything on the ground? Anything on the ground? I need stuff to gift people, man. Alright, we're just gonna go back in and tutor more children. Tank flags you down in the hallway. Sling, do you have a moment? You go out on expeditions sometimes, right? At least far more than I do, or would ever wish to. Would you mind me doing a favor? Of course. It's a small thing, really, and I'm to understand it's not terribly dangerous either. I simply need you to bring me some hot-pie eggs the next time you come across a nest out there. I would ask these, but well, I'll keep an eye out for them. That's all I ask. They're quite common if the reports from the foragers are to be believed. They tell me that they commonly find nests in the Valley of Vertigo. It's positively lousy with them. Dude, I haven't gone foraging yet, dude. Hoggers. happens now? What's the new perk? Mental boost +1 to mental increases. Oh. Okay. You find Tang puzzling over a large hollow screen, making notes on her hollow eye. And we gotta save. And frowning over them. As you approach, she gestures to wipe the hollow screen clean and start again. Ugh. Guy's taking a break to rub her temples. Okay, Tang, come on, think. You come up beside her and she startles. Oh, Sling, hello, she says. I'm in the middle of running simulations on genetic diversity over the next few generations. You're welcome to see. It will affect all of us, most likely. Tang pulls up the next genogram simulation, a family tree encompassing all the people in the colony. Their familial relationships and genetic conditions. She scrutinizes with her hand. We have an unusually high amount of hereditary heart disease, no matter how you slice it. Luck of the draw, we've lost quite a bit more genetic diversity than the original geneticists of the Vertumina Project anticipated, and that's not even counting those unwilling or unable to reproduce. It's possible to steer the ship out of it, so to speak, but it will take some purposeful breeding choices at least for 5 to 6... Oh no, we're getting into eugenics now. Uh-oh. May I verify your data? Tang gives you a curt smile and angles the hologram toward you. It sounds crude, but the colony will need to accept a certain level of oversight in this matter if we intend to survive, genetically speaking. Artificial insemination of material from Earth donors, even in love matches, for example. Stare at the genogram until your eyes cross and then shake your head. Tang laughs. It's terrifyingly complex, isn't it? Because imagine, this process happens all the time naturally. Why, any sweating beast can squirt a child into the dirt. It's all just proteins and luck, but the end result is this. She waves her hand on the mess. It's beautiful in a way. On a long enough timescale, we can predict the genetic drift of a species. In the face of that, what do family bonds matter? It's not as if sharing genes with someone guarantees you'll be a strong family unit. Does anyone really like their parents? This sounds a little eugenicsy. Tang looks up front. What? Selene, surely there's a middle ground between eugenics and everyone dying of preventable genetic diseases, especially in these first critical generations. Okay, she's not wrong. Still eugenics. Still, by definition, still eugenics. Whatever, I'm still gonna run the simulations. Then when your inbred great-great-grandchildren interface with my consciousness that I've uploaded to the colony AI, I can tell them I was right. As for my own family, I feel no allegiance to any of them based on blood. If I had no family at all, that would be acceptable. What about these? Ugh, I'm ashamed we're even related. All he does is mope around the colony all day, crying and moaning about how nobody likes him. What about your mom? You mean the depressed drunk who died even when I was a kid? No, not at all. If it wasn't for Chief Steward Anne, I probably wouldn't even still be alive. You want kids someday? Hang looks thoughtfully at the genogram. Truthfully, I'm not entirely certain I can bear children. There must be limits to my gene-engineered body. I certainly didn't experience puberty to the extent that Mars did, for example. Besides, children will only distract me from my work. The chief engineer never had children, after all. I think that's admirable. Tang's gaze flicks over to where Chief Engineer Instance is talking to one of the other lab assistants. In some ways, I'm the child she never had, and she's the mother I wish I did have. We became close when we started my gender affirmation process. It was so obvious then that we were kindred spirits. As I would come in for checkups and observation, we'd talk about the science behind the process. Of course, I showed an interest in it, and Instance fostered that in me. She supported me. Like my own mother, who by that point had ceased to find joy in almost anything. What would I be without Instance? The only things I have in life are what she gave me. Not just this body, but my passion, my hard work, my achievements. Without her, I would have nothing. I owe her everything. You're more than what she made you. I'm not burdened by this debt to Instance. I love what she helped me become. I'm grateful. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have her legacy to plan. She isn't wrong that they do, like, with this kind of situation that they are in. She isn't wrong that they do need to plan those things. Who likes mushwood? Someone like mushwood logs? It's wet season. Damn. Okay. Let's buy plus 15 to all skills. That seems OP. Which means my bravery is high now. Allow me to do something else. Maybe, like, go outside? I'm brave enough. Well, I'll be. You ain't lying, kid. You got grit. Yep, looks like you're approved to start with the junior survey teams, and you look like you won't wilt at the first sting of slap brass. Keep you close to begin with around here and in the Prosaic Plains. Come see me when you're ready for assignment. Oh, shit. Dare you to eat this worm. Oh, yeah? Well, I double dare you to eat a worm. I just turned down a double dare. You're no meek little hop-eye. Slimy, unsatisfying, very, very gross. Deez eats his like a noodle, slurping up and wrinkling his nose that wriggles in his mouth. Oh. No. Deez, no. Want to hear a fun nature fact? You recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying hop-eyes. Hop-eyes have 1 foot and 2 tail forks and 3 stomachs and 4 eyes. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky, Cal asked, finishing the mnemonic with you. Wait, how did they find out that hop-eyes have 3 stomachs? Oh, I don't want to know. More money. Want to train together? On your way to the sports ball pitch, Anemone shares the story about the time her brother Calm once spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose. Back when she used to play sports ball too. He describes it in gory detail. But don't go easy on me. That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar. Oh, damn it. Oh, that was inefficient because of the starvation, so I didn't get any bonus from that. Dang. Hey, Slane. I'm sorry, I can't talk now. I'm on my way to work in command. Something you don't sound amazed enough. You note the supply depot? It's the most important job in the whole colony. Anything that gets made here goes through me first. Mars' smug smile somehow gets even more smug. Plus, I get the first pick of all the best stuff. Wow, Mars. That's amazing. Lay it on really thick how Mars is just so cool. However she does is totally great and how she's obviously the most important person in the colony. You're gonna start a Mars fan club in her honor. Nice try, Slane, but thanks for the compliment. Then she just leaves without even offering to help get you a job. It's like after Mars didn't work. What's next? Having to actually ask her for what you want? Ugh, maybe you could ask again later. Get into a debate. Mars would never stoop to using her fists to get her way, but she loves a good fight nonetheless. You ask her what she would have done differently if she'd been the captain of the Stratospheric when you landed, and her eyes go wide. She launches into a laundry list of shoulda wouldas, and whatever she says she would have done, you offer reasoning for why it wouldn't have worked. After a little while of this, Mars is positively invigorated. Wow, you really thought about all this, didn't you? She says, cracking a little smile. You're totally right. It's a lot more complicated than just making decisions and telling people what to do. Thank you. It's so important to have people like you around to keep me on my toes. Okay, but when I'm governor, I will do so much better than the adults can. Oh. Okay, maybe. Okay, that was a bit rude. Why to deliver? Chief Administrator greets you at the depot. They look you up and down. Selene. You never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? I am organized. In your bedroom once in a while isn't the same thing. But, lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. We've got the job, for now anyway. Come back in a few minutes and you can help make deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it for you if you do it correctly. Okay, so, how much money? 5 kudos, plus 2 organizing and 1 perception. Ooh, that actually would be good. I do want to bump up my organizing. See, if we explore nearby, we get bravery and perception. Okay. Perception in animals. Perception in biology. But because of the fucking starving. We'll do deliver supplies for this month. Zeke sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart. Stuff like tools and electronics. Some are higher priority, which means you have to move fast. It's fun getting to yell important delivery coming through and people actually get out of the way. Ooh, cart becomes 3. Or do it 6, 5, 4, 3, 3. Bada boom, bada 30. I could have got fucking balls. Okay, so don't need the reasoning anymore. I have my reasoning maxed out, man. So if I do explore nearby, I get bravery and perception. I think we'll just do the organization. Try to be more efficient in how we do things. And I'm gonna assume that maybe organizing will get us the extra perk. Is the thing to get extra perks. You attend a secret Fun Times Club meeting. Mars brings the meeting to order. Tang reads the minutes of the previous club meeting. First order of business is that I am instituting a new rule, Mars says and then clears her throat. Rule 5. Whoa. Oh no. Knocked my mic. Whoopsies. Rule 5. All members of the SFC must wear uniforms to all club meetings. She taps her holopalm and shows you her uniform idea. Black pants and dark blue shirts with high necklines and billowing at the cuffs. She definitely designed them according to her own taste. Okay, but let us design better ones. You spend the next hour designing a club uniform and everyone takes part. It becomes ridiculously elaborate. Cal insists it should include huge cowboy hats for some reason. He's entirely correct. Mars gets into a heated fight with Anemone over the type of shoes to allow until Tang calculates how many kudos it will cost to print one of these uniforms on a nano printer, and you all realize you couldn't afford them anyway. You come to a compromise. Instead of uniforms, you'll all wear a lapel pin with the club's logo. You spend the rest of the meeting designing SFC pins and printing them on a nano printer. If anyone doesn't have the kudos, Mars pays for them without complaint. Plus 1 for each on the other. Plus 1 for each gem on other cards. Yeah. Oh, because you want to play the cards with gems. Right? Because... Plus 6 organizing. Poggers. Okay, I'm just fucking up my relationship with Mars. I'm just getting her to hate me. Tell her what I learned today. You've been learning about different organizational methods in school, alphabetical, chronological, Dewey Decimal. Honestly, it sounds like a lot of work. Why would you bother to organize anything when you can just ask congruence to find whatever you need? It's just paperwork. You know why we call it paperwork? Your mom laughs. It's true, it's not like you're sorting actual paper. Back on Earth, we used to have to use paper to... Nah, never mind. Slaps you on the head. On the back. Good for you for having your head together. I mean, I don't really have my shit together. Let's be real. Yeah, probably nothing different. We'll just do more organizing. Don't really know. Or +2. Oh, we're out. Okay, so we're out of our bonus now. If we explore nearby, that's bravery. Biology. Forge in the valley. Utopia greets you warmly as you muster for your first expedition with the foraging team. Stolane, I'm glad you can make it. We need everyone we can get out here right now, boosting our food supplies. I'll do my best. Good luck hunting out there, she says, handing you an oversized backpack. More like a basket than a pack. Use your holopalm to identify edible and medicinal plants and just throw them in here. We'll sort them back at base camp. Oh, and keep on the lookout for creatures. It's pretty peaceful out there in the valley, but even a little bug will get you if you're not careful. Go slow, pay attention to your surroundings. If you're unsure about something, don't approach it. Stay on the path and don't get lost. We don't call it the Valley of Vertigo for nothing. Any questions? I have to. I have to. I have to. I have to! Will these be with me? What sort of things should I collect? Utopia shows you how to use your holopalm to determine if something is edible. There's a whole category on your holopedia, including photographs and scientific names. It's mainly plants, though. There are some minerals and other things that don't look edible at first glance. There's a lot out there we haven't found yet, she says. Document anything you find that looks like it could be useful, but don't put anything in your mouth until you check with me first. Even if it looks edible, it might be a lookalike. Even the plants are sneaky. You're about to leave when you know Utopia snaps her fingers. Hold up, Selene. We're also investigating some species and we might domesticate. Those we'll want to tag and capture. Ideally, we're looking for herbivorous creatures that already live in herds, and either produce something edible or reproduce quick enough we can slaughter them for meat. If you see anything that fits the bill, tag them and bring them back. Oh damn, I should have flirted with the adult. Because that's clearly the thing you do. Okay, it doesn't let me go off the path. You decide to take a shortcut through the jungle to a path you were sure was just up ahead, and now you're lost. Everything looks the same here. The plants are too high to see any landmarks, and you swear some of them move around when you aren't looking. You try to check your positioning with your holopalm, but the damn thing isn't working, and won't connect to long-range communications either. Typical. Utopia did warn you the comms were flaky out here. You think you can tell north from the position of the two suns, but that's it. Uh-oh. Start walking. This is impossible. Every mush tree looks the same. You tie your scarf around one, hoping it'll at least give you one landmark. Go west. You follow what looks like an animal path here, hoping it'll eventually cross the ones made by expeditions. It does not. Go east. You spot your scarf wrapped around this mush tree. You've been here before. Go north. Everything looks the same here, pink, shimmering, beautiful, and utterly unremarkable. Go east. You think you can see the path through the trees, but it's only a small brook. You follow it for a while, but it just disappears between the roots of a tree. Go south. You bumble into a web of something. It's not big enough to trap you, but judging from the number of bug carcasses you pull out of your hair, it worked pretty well before you destroy it. Go east. The ground is marshy here. It's hard to tell from the thick coating of pollen on everything, but when you step forward, you sink to your ankles in wet pink muck. Gross. Go south. The pollen is so thick here, you have to stop and unclog your face mask. Still no sign of a path, though. Go east. Dead end. But it's a lovely dead end. A magical, beautiful dead end. A shaft of sunlight finds its way through the fog and makes the entire clearing glow. Sometimes getting lost can be worthwhile. You don't know where you're going, but you know where you are. Go west. Go west. The forest goes quiet as you blunder through it. You get the sense you're not supposed to be here, like, at all. Go north. Go north. Go west. Go south. Go south. Go south. And frustrating being hauling the other palm, essentially you're clamping alone in the wilderness like a fool. It seems to do the trick though. Your hollow palm registers the signal for base camp and brings up a map and compass. Well, at least you're out of here. Staring at all this junk has made you a little more perceptive. It didn't though, because fucking the starvation. Shit. This game is actually like a full-length game. I think from reviews that I saw that it from reviews of people that seem to have actually played the full game. I think this game is like 20 hours or something. Something about the ground here draws your attention. It's oddly lumpy. What's up with that? We're gonna save scum. Ooh, a Xeno egg. Alright, so, ooh, a goal of 63. That's 6. 15. Yeah, I think the only way is this. Oh, there's no way. Wookie, hello. Oh shit, here we go. Maybe this will be what we need. Oh no. What if we do straight ones? Yeah, that's what I thought. I think I've just got to push through it. Take the stress hit. Whoa, it's a Watato minefield. Fly. Damn it. Underground, the recent rain has swelled the young melons to bursting. You better watch where you step or you'll end up knee-deep in Watato juice. The good news is they're tasty. Forage one. They're so dang heavy, the calorie to rate ratio isn't optimal. Most are too young, but you find a ripe one, dig it up and roll it back to the depot. Done, or did I miss any collectibles? Any collectibles on the floor here? I could leave at any time. Ah, okay. Oh, I think I know how. I think I know how to make this most efficient. You want to do this when you are going through your zero stress. A line of termite-like insects crosses the path here. Curious, you follow them to their destination, a massive sponge-like hive of crawling bugs writhing with life. The bugs are tending to larvae and nestled in the holes of the sponge, feeding on the rich royal jelly that oozes from the hive. You step in for a closer look and hear a warning hiss from above. Atop the hive is a queen, whatever it is. Wait, no, she is the hive. Wait, this is a squeeger hive. Her abdomen is swollen and lodged in the ground here, rendering her immobile. but not defenseless. The Hive Queen groans and growls at you, and the air prickles with the burning flavor of acid. She must have some sort of defensive acid spray. The jelly looks pretty edible, though. Save. Got the fly. No, I didn't. Did I get it that time? I don't know. Oh, wait, no. Shit. Well. Well, shit. A dense cloud of pollen makes it hard to even see your hand in front of your face. It's a good thing you have a helmet with a filter. It's not perfect, though, and it doesn't help visibility. Stroll through. You mosey through the pollen cloud right into the jaws of a hideously bloated, pregnant snap bladder. These territorial predators are infamous among expeditions. When they're heavily pregnant, they use the pollen fog to pick off their prey. Today, you're the prey. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, stinky. Okay, +2 bonus for straights. There's a 20, and that's a straight. But better straight. No, I think we take the straight there. Ooh. So we do 2, 3, 24. 24. So we just got to get a 21. What if... Or... Shit, how did I do it? How did I get the 21? I had the 21. Oh no. Ah, there we go. I don't know how I could have gotten a 22 though. It's a close one. You just detangle yourself from its snickety-snackety bits and run. Too gravid to follow you, the snap ladder roars in annoyance. You know what? Turn back to dispatch it. This thing is a trap waiting to injure other survivors, so you're going to do everyone a favor and just... Oh dear, did you just trip and land right back within range of the thing? Yes, you did. It pins you with 2 appendages and proceeds to swallow you whole... Oh. Minutes later, as you're being slowly crushed and its digestive juices start to sting you, a crack of light appears. The snap bladder is sliced in 2 and you slide out at half naked and covered in slime, alongside 100 wriggling premature snap bladder babies. When you're finally able to stand up and take in the scene, you're alone. You aren't sure what or who saved you, but you're grateful. You stumble back to the path somehow and return home burned and bruised. How the fuck? It's been 3 seasons of heavy food rationing, getting more and more strict as the year dragged on and the fields continue to struggle. You've been wasting away. You all have. It's not just the lack of calories. There just aren't enough vitamins and good stuff in the food you're eating. Your muscles ache all the time. Sometimes you feel strangely euphoric, filled with inexplicable energy, but often it feels like there are weights tied to your shoulders pulling you down. You don't have the energy to do it anymore. Even the prospect of getting up to find food feels like too much effort. It's better just to lie down and accept it. Despite being so tired, you can't fall asleep. You spend entire days and at least you hardly feel the hunger now. For months, the idea of food plagued your thoughts, each one like a dagger in your stomach. They've been replaced by an odd sense of peace. Now you feel half tethered to this reality, floating above everything like a balloon. Your friends stop working and retreat to their quarters. You lie to each other on the holonet, all saying you're okay, just taking it easy, waiting for the harvest. While the harvest came and went, as meager as ever. Your mother still hasn't given up and never rests, never stops working. As much as your dad begs her to, she must be sleeping in geoponics because you hardly see her in the family quarters anymore. From where you lie, nestled in bed, in your cozy fugue, it all seems like far, far too much effort to bother with. Now we'll get out. You try, but end up collapsing off your bunk. You barely have the energy to climb back up into bed. You don't feel pain or fear, just a strong urge to lie there and stare at a poster of a pink cat on the wall, which you do for hours. You're pretty sure that behind those yellow disc eyes, it's trying to tell you something about the nature of the universe, the cycles of space and time. Have you been here before, or is this the first time? Your mom comes to your bedside and tries to feed you some of her rations. She looks like hell, sallow-eyed and gaunt, but she refuses to stop working. She says she can't keep the rations down anyway. They upset her stomach. Please, Elaine. Please, eat. We'll take the food. You struggle to choke down your mom's rations. Every bite is easier than the last. You can feel the fog lifting as you begin to regain your strength. After a week of bed rest and double rations, your head clears and you can walk again, but your mother still refuses to eat. Both your parents feel responsible for this famine, but as head of geoponics, your mom takes it personally. She's been skipping meals, relying on water and pressed soy bar rations. Here you go, Matt. Just enough calories to keep a body moving, but not enough to stay healthy. Yet, she never lets up working herself to the bone, barely even sleeping, increasingly sallow-eyed and gaunt. You and your dad try to slow her down, but, well, she's a stubborn woman. If not her, she says, then who? You and your dad are in the lounge, slowly sipping your vegetable broth, when there's a commotion at the doors. Someone's run in, gasping for breath, yelling for you and your father to come to geoponics. You run over, knowing deep in the pit of your stomach that something terrible has happened. When you see the faces of the agriculturists, your mom's people, you know that feeling is real. Your dad sees her body first. He lets out a cry like something you've never heard before, a deep, unimaginable pain dragged up from the darkest parts of where fear lives. Oh, that's some good art. Your dad falls to his knees beside the frail body of your mother. He pulls her into his arms and sobs, wretched and agonized. You didn't even know what to think. Your mom always seemed larger than her body, but seeing her now, there's nothing there. Just a fragile shell. Oh, fuck! They tell you she didn't even cry out. She just went to her knees and lay down in the dirt, and that was it. She's gone. Your mother's body is taken to the incinerator room, and that night the colony gathers to pay their respects. You join them. Yeah, and the funeral. Like Tammy's funeral, the incinerator room has been cleared and a wreath of flowers placed over the mouth of the organics recycler. They're white astrantia, your mother's favorite flower, carefully carried from Earth with the hopes of it flourishing on Vertumna, just like you. You stand with your father and Aunt Anne, Uticott, and the rest of the council are here as well, including Rhett. You're surprised to see your tears rolling down his face. He's such a hard-ass in the garrison. Cal is here with all the other agriculturists. The rest of the colony waits in the canteen to offer their condolences after the service. Governor Uticott gives the eulogy. As a colony, we share our blessings, she begins solemnly. However, today, in sad company, we gather to share the burden of our grief. Fluorescent was born on Earth, but she more than many of us exemplified the spirit of our endeavor to bring life to beyond the stars. She bore life, not only in her body, but bringing it forth from the ground she so faithfully attended. The debt we owed her is the kind that can never be repaid, she continues. It is with a deep and unbearable grief that we must continue on without her, an awe and respect for her sacrifice, the depth of which was never expected of her, but which she did not expect of anyone else. It is on her strong shoulders that she carries us still. Uticott closes the door to the recycler, and the particle disintegrators begin to reclaim the molecules that once formed your mother. Your father squeezes your shoulder, making a small, choked-off noise of pain. As a community, we remember Fluorescent. As a community, return her body to the soil that nourishes us. In this way, her sacrifice is recognized in the manifest body of the colony. The ceremony is adjourned to the canteen, where a somber wake is held in your mother's memory. There isn't enough food to dull the emotions, and your empty stomach only reminds you of her unfinished work. Your mother is the new head of geoponics. In a few hours, he receives your mother's remains so that he can add them to the colony's precious supply of brown soil from Earth. You touch the cool lid of the container, marveling that your mother could fit in such a small box. You don't have to be okay, your dad says quietly. His voice is thick with emotion. I know I'm not... I have to keep going where she left off, but if you can, you should take some time off. Because of our stress, we'll take the month off. But I don't know if that's... Is that going to give us the stress? It is. It does take the stress off. The prospect of just going back to work like everything is normal is just too much to handle. The suns dip below the horizon and glow begins. You end up spending the whole month alternating between sleeping, scrolling the Holland, and staring into space. It's restful, at least. A few days after the funeral, surveyors return with an unexpected bounty from the Valley of Vertigo. It's enough to survive for another month. Till the new year, maybe. Keep rationing. The colony will continue to limp along, but without your mother. The roar wakes you. It would wake the dead. It shakes the walls, rumbles through the ship's hull, and makes your heart skip a beat. You're paralyzed by a sudden clench of fear in your gut. Through your porthole window, you hear metal screeching and people shouting. Then another roar, guttural and rumbling, like the sound of a mountain collapsing. Something enormous is out there. Bought a new mouse today. Nice. Run out to face it. You don't know what gives you the courage, but you run out to the fields to face the horrible creature face to Oh, what the fuck? It has no face, but it's got a lot of tentacles. Y'all, can we talk about this art, though? This is a pretty-ass game. Hold on, I'm checking Discord messages. In place of a face or even a head, its body just unzip. I had to say unzips? That makes it worse! Revealing a mess of writhing, pink tentacles and blinking eyes, pocked with jagged, asymmetrical teeth. It stands on 4 enormously powerful legs, each as wide across as tree trunks. Clinging to its back and its thick, slug-like tail are clumps of lichen that grow faintly in the night. The creature is nearly twice the height of a greenhouse. It's standing on top of a flattened one. The wreckage of lattice and plants all around, flickers of light from plas rifles and stung loaves light it from underneath, and the stench of ozone is thick in the air. You see Anemone and her brother Calm darting in and around its legs with their twin shocks of red hair. The faceless creature lurches into another greenhouse, oblivious to the soldiers trying to herd it away. The monster left a trail of destruction from where it smashed right through the walls. Smaller creatures are pouring in through the gap and they're heading straight toward command. You watch helplessly as the hordes of animals storm command, sneaking through torn-away panels and smashing through windows. It's too far away to hear the screams, but Governor Udicott is inside. You have to do something. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I don't know what to do, dudes! We can't possibly fight the faceless monster on our own. Yeah, fuck the fish boss. I'ma help Anemone and Calm. There's no fuck Governor Udicott, old woman. She can die. You run towards Geoponics, picking up a handful of rocks as you cross through the barren fields. When Calm sees you, he gestures for you to flee. Get out of here, Selene, he says. You're gonna get yourself killed. You grip your rocks in defiance. You're sick of being told to hide like a child. You want to help. Oh, you want... Oh, no. Well, depending on how this challenge goes, maybe. +1 for each gem on other cards. Well, we get an 18 there. 15 there. 12 there. I think we go with this. Okay. +6 if this has the highest value. It won't. 21, 32. Oh shit, okay. Um, oh no. Wait, it might? Shit. I don't think... You can get a 27. There's gotta be a way to win this, though. So we get a 5, a 5. What about 3 ones? Gets us to 27. I think we can only get 27. If we push through, we win. I don't see a way to win this. Plus 2. Oh. What if... Wait a second. Wait a second. Nope, that doesn't do what I thought it would do. Okay. So we gotta... Alright, so we just gotta go with the 27. Wait, how did I get a 27 before? Push through. We'll take the stress. You try your hardest, but even with the full force of the defense squad, you can barely keep it contained near the farms. You dart in and around the battle, throwing rocks and making noise to keep the abomination's attention away from the rest of the colony. Its tentacles whip around, slapping the ground and knocking into people, picking them up and throwing their helpless bodies like dolls, only to be crushed under its massive trunk-like feet. The fields are littered with bodies of the fallen. Sweat stings your eyes, but you somehow stay on your feet. Others aren't so lucky. Selene, watch out! Calm cries out, and you look up just in time to dodge the wet slap of a tentacle, tripping over a body and sprawling to the dirt yourself. The faceless makes a horrible noise from deep inside its craw, flecking you with spittle as your guts liquefy from the near miss. You're close enough to feel the sick heat radiating off of it. It doesn't have a face, but you realize with horror that it sees you. The beam of a plas rifle arcs over your head, and the faceless roars again and turns its terrible attention to Calm. You scream and uselessly cover your head as it lumbers over you. As you scramble to your feet, you see Calm go flying through the air. He lands a few meters away with a sickeningly wet crunch. Anemone cries in horror as she runs to Calm's side, but it's too late. His body is bent at an unnatural angle, his eyes open and his face frozen in stupefied horror. He looks unreal, like a wax mannequin. He's just gone. Like that. Anemone lets out a primal scream of pain, and you can see the thought ignite in her mind, contorting her face with ugly fury as she stands up to launch herself at the faceless again. You grab her arm, and she yells at you in wordless rage before collapsing to her knees, throwing her body over Calm's and sobbing like the scared teenager she is. You can only stand and watch. You hear a colossal cracking noise and look up to see the faceless stumble towards the stratospheric. With a roar that shakes your very molecules, it loses its balance for the last time and falls onto the ship. Metal screams as the ship buckles and gives way. Whole pieces of the quarter's wings shear off as your home opens like a tin can, spilling its contents into the square. The strato lurches, then collapses under the creature's weight. The abomination is slain, but as wails of grief join the whimpers of the dying, you have to wonder, at what cost? The council calls an all-colony meeting to face the aftermath of the attack. In the oppressive gloom of glow, you gather near engineering with the other survivors. It is one of the few buildings still standing. The corpse of the faceless still sits in the caved-in wreckage of the stratospheric, spilling its flaccid pink tentacles from its horrible zipper-toothed maw. Why'd they have to use flaccid? Why'd they... It's already beginning to stink. You can't forget what you saw. Your mind keeps replaying that terrible moment, the faceless rearing up and obscuring the sky, Anemone and her brother looking so small before it. Governor Udicott was killed by the smaller creatures that swarmed command during the attack. In her absence, Seek addresses the colony. colony acknowledges the bravery of the defense squad, citing their heroism and finally taking down the Faceless. Geoponics is gone, the greenhouse is destroyed and fields trampled. After a year of suffering, starving, and only barely scraping by, you're not just back where you started, it's even worse. Everything your mom sacrificed herself for, gone in one night. The entire front half of the stratospheric has been destroyed. The living quarters, the canteen, the garrison, the lounge, even the crèche. It's all gone. It's only by some stroke of luck that people hiding in the crèche weren't all killed. Seek solemnly reads the names of those who lost their lives. Too many, including Governor Udicott. You all stand for a moment of silence. You feel the weight of loss like a blow to your chest. Anemone and her family cry out when her brother Calm's name is called, and their quiet sobbing continues through the silence. With the living quarters destroyed, everyone moves into the engineering wing for shelter. You're crowded into the classroom with other families. The adults try to make it seem like a sleepover, but you're all still so shaken. Anemone cries about her brother and screams at anyone who tries to comfort her. Eventually, you just ignore her grief, as painful as it is to hear her sobbing at night. You feel like you've been awake for days and you'll never fully sleep again. You try. You keep jerking awake, crying out in fear. Eventually, you fall asleep sitting up, held in your father's arms. Your sleep is fitful, but mercifully dreamless. Well, that was an intense fucking... Huh. Fucking get out of here, you gnat. Okay. Okay. So we're still hungry. But, okay, so we're balanced out with the physical skills. Let's talk to our wife. Tangent frowns. I just don't understand. Why now? Why does it keep getting worse? She's not saying anything else. Mars crosses her arms and sulks. What is the point of having all these kudos if I can't actually use them to, like, buy stuff we need? Like, hello? It's not like I can mail order more supplies through the wormhole. Well, this is depressing. It's been hard to talk to your dad about everything. Losing your mom, then losing the colony right after. It's too much to take. Neither of you know what to say. I know it's hard, Cal says, fiddling nervously with a tassel on his shirt. But I just think, what would your mom do right now? She wouldn't complain, that's for sure. Okay, but she internalized. It wasn't that she didn't complain. She internalized her issues, and that's not healthy. Deez is examining a bit of rubble, turning it over in his hands. I wonder if we're gonna ever find, like, alien tech. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay, so we can't do anything except go to engineering. Engineering is crammed with families and what belongings they've salvaged from the destroyed living quarters. You could spend time in your crowded temporary lodging in the classroom or help the adults to fix things. So if we mourn, we could forget a memory, but we'll rebuild. This fucking gnat, dude. The first month of quiet passes, each day plodding one after the other. You still have trouble sleeping in the classroom barracks, but there's nowhere else to go. Every day you wake with the others and try to make the best of it. Grief and anger come in waves, not just for you, but for everyone. Some days are better than others. You're assigned to help rebuild the walls. The first part of the month is spent just dragging away the wreckage, sorting it into salvage or recycling. By the time that's done, crews disassembling parts of the stratospheric have delivered enough salvage that you can begin work patching up the walls. A sense of urgency permeates the crew. After everything, people need to feel safe. Deez is on the work crew with you, something he does begrudgingly. Walls didn't help the first time. We should just tear them all down and live like the animals do. If someone planted a bunch of buildings on my land, I'd be pissed off too. I mean, shit! He's got a fucking point. Like, are the walls helping us? You don't go so far as to sabotage the walls, but you certainly don't contribute. You and Deez drag your feet, sulking anytime someone tells you to work harder. Surprisingly, you don't get in trouble. You're just kids, after all. No one expects you to get back to work right away after a huge drama like losing your home. Alright, so one card will turn them all red. So we have a 0, 0, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not how we want to do it. Oh, what if we do... No, because then we don't get a streak. Let's see, we want a 5, 4, 3, 2. So we do want you there. No, we want... Shit. Balls. No, it was... Oh, I don't know how to do this and get the... Ah, fucking shit. Oh, fuck. What if we put the 5 in the middle? Do that. And then 2, 0. Oh. Come on, it's just a 23, but I don't... You know what? Oh, I think I know. I think I've been rereading it wrong. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. How is that not a streak? I gotta push through because I don't know how to do it. The sun's finally dawn again on your birthday. You wake early and climb to the top of engineering to watch the first sun's watery rays break the horizon as the wormhole recedes across the sky. Dawn should represent hope after a long period of darkness, but this light only reveals the full extent of the damage to the colony. You've been having trouble sleeping. Like most people, it's hard to find rest, crammed into the classroom with all the other kids and their families, and every time you close your eyes, you shake your head to clear the memories. You pull your blanket more tightly around your shoulders. Not your blanket, that one's gone. And stare out as the sun rises on the horizon, meager and sickly. Hey, kiddo, you hear, then your dad comes and sits down beside you. I was looking for you. Nice view, huh? At least we got a rooftop patio out of the deal. He laughs a little at his own joke, then just sort of trails off with a sigh afterward. He puts his arm around your shoulders and you sit in silence for a while, watching the sunrise pick out all the broken glass littering the fields, glimmering like a field of stars. Neither of you really know what to say. It's clear your dad feels like he has to give you a pep talk, but there's an oppressive nature to this silence that makes it feel impossible for either of you to start. Eventually... Aha! Finally got it. Eventually, he just sighs and his shoulders slump. I know things seem pretty bad right now, he says, squinting into the sunrise. It sounds like it's taking... Look up. Clay went live. I know things seem pretty bad right now, he says, squinting into the sunrise. It sounds like it's taking all his effort to not cry. But it'll get better. It has to, right? You're not so sure. At least your mom wasn't here to see this. That's the silver lining, I guess. You watch the sunrise together for a few more minutes. After a bit, your dad musters up a brave smile and pulls out a little box tied with a piece of gardening twine. Happy birthday, he says. You know what it is before you open it. Your old medallion. The one your dad made with the sun on it to represent Earth was broken during the attack. In all the chaos, you didn't even notice, but your dad did, and made you a new one. It's just like you remembered, a similar design with a wormhole this time to represent Vertumna. You thank him and squint out at the swirling wormhole, still barely visible in the brightening sky. It's so massive and awe-inspiring this time of year, but it always seems to herald disaster. You're happy to watch it fade away into the daylight. Your dad slaps you on the back. What a birthday, huh? You're just hoping they all get better from here. You both head back downstairs to the wreckage of the canteen, where they've put up a temporary roofing with whatever tarps and scraps could be found. The colony nanoprinters, the few that still run, have been working day and night to replace the necessities of life, but larger construction projects are going to take some time. Aunt Anne has coaxed the kitchen nanoprinters into making soy gruel and pressed bars. Life-sustaining but depressing. You and the other colonists eat your breakfast in stony silence as you mentally prepare for the day. Chief Administrator Seek has taken over as interim governor until the council can elect someone new. Last week they held a mass funeral for everyone who died. There's talk of turning the Stratospheric's destroyed front half into a memorial shrine. After everything useful has been salvaged, there's still so much to do. Oh man. Only got one Xeno egg? I thought I picked up more. God, there's another net. I just saw it fly by. God, fuck. Yeah, I've really only built up my relationship with Tangent. Let's rebuild. You're assigned to help out in geoponics. The agriculturists have been hard at work trying to salvage what they can of the ruined fields and the destroyed greenhouses. But there's still a lot of work to be done. Your dad has taken over as chief cultivator. Succeeding your mom was already difficult for him, and now there's this. He's never been the kind of guy to hide from hard work, but he's been pretty distant lately. Kyle's working geoponics too. Of course. He smiles when he sees you. Hey, Slane, there's lots of stuff to work too. What do you want to work on? Repair the greenhouses. The geodesic domes, miraculous prefab modular structures your parents brought from Earth, are in shambles. Much of the glass and metals beyond repair, destined for the recycler. You and Cal help clear the way of the debris, and when that's done, you help drape tarps over what's still standing so that the drifting spark snow doesn't pile up inside and affect the soil acidity. Anything that can't survive outside a climate-controlled greenhouse needs to be harvested and sent to the kitchen so that it can be preserved. Canning, jarring, dehydration, ancient techniques you've learned about in school, but didn't think you'd have to put it into practice so soon. Everyone is worried about that this will be the final nail in the coffin for your food supply after the famine last year. You try not to think about it too hard, instead focusing on just doing what you can to help rebuild. Alright, +2 bonus to straights. Bada boom, bada bing, baby. You're eating in the mess tents when you hear something rumbling. Your bowl and cutlery start rattling. People look around in alarm. Could it be another attack so soon? You begin to hear shouting from outside. Someone runs into the tent. There's something falling from the sky! It's on fire! You join the crowd of people leaving your temporary structures to gather. Fly, let me kill you. Aha, got it. Leaving your temporary structures to gather in the colony square. People are squinting up into the milky, quiet sunlight, pointing and gesturing wildly. It's impossible to miss the thing hurtling towards you from space, like a great big ball of fire coming straight for you. Is this it? Is this the end? After all you've been through, a meteor is going to land in the middle of your already ruined colony and kill you all. Oh. Mars grabs your shoulder. It's another ship! Look! Look, it's another spaceship from Earth! Excitement ripples through the crowd. Could it be? You stare up, unbelieving, at the rapidly approaching ship. The flares of its entry into the atmosphere dissipate, but a thick column of greasy black smoke trails behind it. Soon, you can hear the whistle of it ripping through the atmosphere at terminal velocity. That is not a controlled descent. It's an enormous ship coming at you way too fast. The ship's reverse thrusters fire, trying to slow it down so it doesn't smash into a billion pieces when it hits the planet. Everyone scatters to take cover. You crouch behind some rocks, throw your arms over your head, and squeeze your eyes shut. You hear the massive spaceship touch. You hear the massive spaceship touch down in geoponics, plowing through the fields and grinding over what was left of the greenhouses. You're thrown to the ground from the force of the impact as shrapnel and small rocks zing past your head. It grinds along like some roaring monster, cutting a great scar through the colony and kicking up an enormous cloud of dust. Finally, the ship comes to a creaking, shuddering halt. You and the other colonists carefully crawl out of your hiding places, coughing and rubbing your eyes. The new ship is half buried and obscured by dust, but you can tell it's from Earth. You squint to make out stenciled letters. Heliopause. A hatch opens in its side and silhouettes begin to emerge. Silhouettes with guns. Soldiers march out of the dust and quickly surround all of the remaining colonists. More soldiers form two parallel lines from the ship to the square, their guns in parade rest, and a lone figure strides down the center towards you. Greetings, fugitives of Earth, the man says, spreading his hands wide. A dismayed murmur ripples through the crowd. The adults exchange significant looks. Chief Engineer Instance tries to slip out of the crowd, but she's stopped by the line of soldiers. The man smiles. He has a broad, easygoing smile that doesn't match the threatening aura of the soldiers, nor the smoking ruin of the ship behind me. I am Commander Lum, he says proudly. As captain of the Heliopause, I have come to render aid and bring you to justice. Sneak away. The Heliopause soldiers have the colonists surrounded and shove you gently but forcibly back into the crowd. Play with my holopalm. Well, you may be stuck here, but they can't make you listen. You tune out the pomp and pointless adult talk, yada yada yada. Governor Unicott knew this ship was coming, blah blah, now this new guy Lum will be governor and he's some kind of space cop. But whatever, all adults are basically the same and equally boring. The crowd disperses slowly and the council members follow Lum back into the Heliopause, presumably to talk about the future of the colony, you hope. You track down your friends. What do you think about these new people? I don't want to share this planet. They're just going to boss us around. Tangent nods. They don't live here. They don't know what it's like. And they're just going to swoop in and act like they're better than us? See what they were doing to Instance? The entire colony, now twice as many of you, sets to work on salvaging the wreckage of the Heliopause, tearing it down and combining it with the Stratospheric's remaining engine section. Spirits are high, though these new colonists from the Heliopause aren't like any people you've ever met before. With their uniforms and weapons, they're more like an invading force than a rescue. You aren't sure what this means for the colony, or for your future. But are we starving still? As the dust settles, you rebuild your colony around this new ship, the Heliopause. The new arrivals, soldiers mainly, are aloof at first. Many see you as fugitives. Together, you build new walls, living quarters, greenhouses, and a massive bunkered garrison. The Stratos Engineering Wing is the only reminder of your old colony. The Heliopause brought enough rations for another 5 years, as well as a rich seed bank and working hydroponics. Finally, an end to the slow starvation you felt for years. They also have more guns and explosives than you've ever seen in your life. Even the ship has guns. A full stomach, a roof over your heads, and the promise of safety convinces most Stratocolonists to accept the Helios. In turn, the Helios decide that you criminals pose little threat. A grudging peace is brokered between the two groups. You decide they aren't so different, really. There are even Helio children born among the stars, just like you. After a month of hard work, you and your dad move into your new quarters, and you have your own bedroom for the first time in your life. You place a picture of your mother on the shelves beside your bed. You step out into your very own balcony to watch the new colony, its grounds bustling with so many strangers and strange new ideas. You feel something rising in your chest that you haven't felt in some time. Hope? Excitement? What will the new day bring? You better get out there and find out. Rush outside. Oh, it's really different. That's gonna be where we stop for tonight. We're 15 years old, like halfway through the game. Have our reasoning maxed out. So yeah. This game is so much better than I thought it would be. I am thoroughly impressed, man. What the fuck? Oh Oh yeah, I am excited to see how things go and develop. Let's raid, I think, a Mr. Clay Frank. Of course, I have ads, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit. All right, let's this over. Wookie, Matt, Clay, thank y'all for showing up and chatting and hanging. I mean, Clay, you're not gonna hear this probably, but uh, yeah. I don't know what else. I never know what to say to end these fucking things. Um, man, this game is genuinely really good, man. Oh man. Um, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, go follow Clay if you aren't already.